giving us this chance to enlighten everyone on the updates on the jeepney, on the PUV modernization program. Nandito po kami, kasama ko po ang buong pamilya ng DOTR. Nandito po si Chairman Delgra, Yusek Yebra. Kasama rin po namin si Asek Mark, si Chairman Virtusio po ng Transport Cooperatives na siya po isang hanay sa ating modernization program. At kasama rin po namin ang mga taga-Department of Trade and Industry, in particular the Bureau of Investments, na kung saan po kasama po namin sila dito po sa modernization program. And we are looking forward to enlightening everyone po dito sa programa namin ito.
Thank you, Yusek Orbos. But maybe I should read the names of our resource persons. So we have Attorney Martin Delgra. We have Attorney of the LTFRB, Attorney Yebra, DOTR, Mr. Virtusio, Transport Cooperatives, Governor Henrico, Board of Investments, DTI, Director Romulo Manlapig, CARS Program, Attorney Maricris Pahate, Spokesperson Busan, Universal Rail, Attorney Redentor Roque, Busan, Mr. Renato Reyes, Bayan, Mr. Roberto Cruz, Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines, Mr. Avenilda Torres, Mrs. COA, ma'am, sorry po. Kasi akala ko baka nagkamali lang ng seating arrangement dyan. Mrs. Torres, COA Supervising Auditor, DOTR. Yusek Timothy Batan, DOTR. Mr. Bieri of Rail Technical Consultant. Mr. George Salmateo, Piston. Mr. Chris Ramos, NTJPC, of course, Engineer Rene Santiago, our consultant advisor. ASEC Mark De Leon, DOTR, Mr. Villegas, Crispin Beltran, Resource Center, Mr. Alex Banyares, Legazpi Jeepney Drivers and Operators Association, Mr. Anselmo Perweg, Bayo Transport, Mr. Cesar Wadwadan, President by Transport, BAI. Siyempre si Mr. Efren De Luna, Suke, National President, ACTO. Mr. Mar Valbuena, Super Malls Integrates Transport Terminals. At Mr. Dan Yumul, Samahan ng mga Super Operators, Tutol sa Phase Out. Magandang hapon muli sa inyo. Umpisahan natin siguro sa presentation ni Yusek. Sa jeepney modernization, ano na ba ang ating progress ngayon? Kung may progress man. Timelines, ano nang mga nagawa ninyo? Do you have a presentation, sir? Yeah, okay, Asek.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Asik Mark po from DOTR. We will be presenting yung status updates ng aming PUV modernization program. Just recently, DOTR, LTFRB, and the rest of the agencies that helps in this PUV modernization program launched the signed a memorandum of agreement with some jeepney operators and associations and some of the groups who wants to put in investments on PUV modernization. So we realized kasi na some operators and associations doesn't have the capacity to upgrade their own fleets. So under our policy, we are allowing co-ops, the formation of co-ops and the formation of corporations to run the fleets, to run the routes. So ito po yung aming ginawang programa. There are at least 3,000 units who already signified interest to modernize. So yun po yung ginawa namin last Thursday. Marami po, actually marami pong PUV, PUJ operators ang gusto nang mag-modernize. In fact, nung last January 2018, we launched the first franchise in Tacloban City under this new omnibus franchising guidelines.
Ilan po ang sabi nag-signify na gusto
Around
magpa-modernize?
3,000, ma'am, nung Thursday.
Oh, pero 3,000, ilan ba yung total ng mga jeeps?
Yung units po yan, initial implementation, ano,
But we have like maybe 500,000 jeeps?
170,000 in LTFRB records po yung existing jeepneys na nag-ooperate sa atin.
All over the Philippines?
All over the Philippines.
175 lang.
170,000.
But right now, you have a commitment from 3,000.
Yes, so yan po yung voluntary po na gustong mag-modernize. Within the next 2 to 3 months, yun yung kanilang commitment na mag-modernize sila.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. So, nung January 2018, we launched at least 3 routes in Tacloban City. Ito po are already running electric jeeps. So, na-issuean na po sila ng prangkisa ng LTFRB. 45 units po yan. And marami po tayong naka-line up na ng mga bagong ruta na mabibigyan ng prangkisa sa Cebu, Cagayan de Oro, Pasay, Makati, Taguig, and in fact dito sa Senate route, CCP complex, kausap na rin po natin yung co-ops na very much willing to modernize on their own. Next slide, please. And General Santos City, ito po yung aming pilot program na yung LGU, Local Government Unit, yung tumulong magplano ng ruta sa kanilang lugar, sa kanilang local government unit. Around 1,000 units yung ma-modernize natin na jeepneys dito sa General Santos City. These are existing tricycle run routes na magkakaroon ng bagong jeepney routes dito sa sa General Santos. Next slide. Ito po yung binanggit ko kanina, no, na last February 13, we signed an MOA with some very much willing operators. Nandiyan po si Kaseni, Boy Vargas, Obet Martin, na very much willing na mag-modernize ng kanilang fleet. So kausap nila some corporations who are willing to invest capital in this PUV modernization. So they have committed at least 3,000 units, and this is based on yung existing supply din ng modern jeepneys na meron tayo ngayon. Next slide. And just an update, this was the result of the previous discussion sa atin, no? Within the 3-year transition period of the PUV modernization program, sinabi na rin ng ibang operators neto na let's enforce roadworthiness checks, and ito yung ginawa ng Department of Transportation with LTO and LTFRB is yung Tanggal Bulok, Tanggal Usok campaign. This is based again on the directives of the President to remove the dilapidated and smoke-belching PUVs off of our streets. So in fact, we have only apprehended less than 1,600 from the total number of jeepneys. Kokonti lang po yan. And as the days pass, pakonti yung nauhuli dahil sila mismo nag-i-improve na rin. Pinapalitan nila yung kanilang magulong. Pero in the first few days, talagang nakita namin talagang mga pudpud yung mga gulong ng jeepneys, and yung mga ilaw nila hindi na ginagamit. And but we noticed na on their own, bumili na sila ng mga bagong gulong, compliant na sila, and yung mga kanilang mga jeepney hindi na masyadong mausok because of this campaign. A small effort, pero malaki yung naging impact namin dito sa campaign ng Tanggal Usok, Tanggal Bulok, and very much successful dahil nga sa strict implementation nitong campaign na to. And this is based on existing laws. Ang Land Transport Code natin, RA 4136, and Clean Air Act na kailangan lang nating i-comply itong mga batas na ito. So, yun po yung aming small update on this PUV modernization program, ma'am.
Okay, matanong lang kita. Kasi may mga iba't ibang datos na lumalabas na pag ikaw ay mag-upgrade, o papalitan mo yung jeep mo, pwedeng umabot ng 1.5, may 1.8, may 2 million pesos. Magkano ba talaga?
Ma'am, actually, we have our manufacturers also present here. So, depende po kung gaano kalaki yung mga jeepneys. So, may mga 1.2, may mga 1.3. In fact, may mga nagsabi nga rin na 900,000 sila, no? Yung bawat unit. Malaki yan kapag titingnan mo pa isa-isa. Pero nga yung aming bagong polisiya na sinusulong dito sa Department of Transportation is consolidation. Kapag ikaw ay malaking grupo, kapag ikaw ay isang korporasyon or isang cooperative, you can insist on big discounts from manufacturers. Kapag ikaw mag-isa lang bumili, talagang mabigat po, ma'am, yung 1.6 and 1.5. Pero kapag kayo po ay nakapag-organize into a big group, sabihin natin 500 units po kayong bibili ng bagong jeepney, you can insist on big discounts from manufacturers and even supplies of parts, yung mga equipment natin, mga spare parts, malaki rin po yung advantage. Kapag titingnan niyo pong individualistic, which is the current arrangement, talagang mabigat po. Pero kapag yun nga po, yung bagong polisiya natin na sinusulong, kailangan po nating mag-consolidate into cooperatives or corporations.
Tanong ko lang no, sa inyo, magkano talaga ang subsidiya ng gobyerno? Di ba 30,000 per jeep? Di ba?
Ma'am, we have allotted 80,000 per unit.
So
As in-
80,000 na
yes, yes.
ngayon. Tinaasan nyo?
It was originally 80,000.
So it's really
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
80,000. Now, do you have a one-stop shop, for example, participating banks that can provide capital for those that obviously we need to finance? Kailangan i-finance yan, hindi naman biro kahit 900,000. So, mabilis ba yan ma-approve? Paano ginagawa yon?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we have an existing agreement with the Land Bank and DBP, and we have already downloaded portions of our money, the budget allotted for this PUV modernization to Land Bank and DBP. And
Gawin natin ganito, no? Kunyari ako, jeepney owner, o kaya nasa kooperatiba ako. Saan ako pupunta para makakuha ng loan at makuha na rin ang aking subsidy? Bigyan mo ako ng step-by-step
Sige, ma'am.
process.
Actually, ma'am, ang first step would be you should be talking to Land Transportation and Franchising Regulatory Board, yung kanyang mga regional offices, para ma-check talaga if yung ruta na yon will be, sabihin natin, walang ibang nagtumatakbo sa ruta na yon.
Okay.
So, mas madali yung proseso, and the LTFRB regions will be endorsing it to DOTR for approval.
So pupunta ako ng LTFRB to check on the route.
Yes, ma'am.
If LTFRB finds that the route is available, so ibig sabihin, the current setup, let's say ako, doon na ako sa ruta na yon, hindi garantiya yon na makukuha ko kahit na may prangkisa ako.
Yes,
ganun ba
ma'am.
yun?
So, kailangan lang i-check against the records, existing records, kung may mga, baka kasi may mga existing operators na tatamaan dun sa ruta na yon. So, i-check lang po, and DOTR will, after LTFRB will endorse to DOTR, DOTR will approve the route, and kapag ma-approve na ng DOTR yung ruta, bigay kay LTFRB for franchise issuance na po.
So gaano katagal yung proseso? Kasi so pupunta ako ng local LTFRB office, no? Ang LTFRB office, ipapadala yan sa DOTR. Local DOTR o dito?
National po yung...
Sa national,
yes,
wala
ma'am.
tayong regional. Okay, so pupunta sa DOTR. How long will it take for DOTR to come up with a decision?
Yung Tacloban po namin only took less than a month to
So
facilitate.
within a month, they should transmit to LTFRB their decision. Then LTFRB will notify. Okay, after you notify the operator or the driver that indeed your route is available, where can they go to get the loan?
Sa bangko na po, yung kanilang papel na
Anong
ibibigay.
papel?
It's a PA, ano? Can I
Yeah,
refer
Chairman,
to Chairman
Chairman,
Delga,
sir.
LTFRB?
Sir, hindi to TNVS ngayon, ha?
but just as interesting. Good afternoon, Madam Senator.
Your life is really colorful nowadays, no? Lahat talaga. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Thank you for this opportunity. And as I always say, in forums like this, especially with our stakeholders present, it's good to engage, no? Insofar as the PUV MP is concerned. Yung huling pag-uusap namin ni George, sabi ko sa kanya, hindi yun huli. So it's going to be an ongoing dialogue, just like everyone else here. Now, as regards the question po kanina, basically, I just want to put in context yung sinasabi ni Asek Mark. Tama po lahat yon, pero I just want to put it in context. Under the PUV MP po, may dalawang component that, because you mentioned about process, Madam Senator, so I'd like to put things in context na dalawang component, yung isang mabilisan at saka yung isang parang sabihin na rin natin na regular processing. One of the components is what you call the initial implementation. Ito na yung ito na yung sinasabi natin na kahit na wala pa yung tinatawag nating route rationalization study, for example in Metro Manila na malakihan, o kaya yung yung pinakita natin kanina doon ng mga local public transport route plan para doon sa mga LGUs, no? Kinakasana natin yung initial implementation. So what we're actually doing is that LTFRB and the OTR on their own initiative is already engaging the transport groups, no? For them to participate in the modernization program. Okay. Yung lahat ng mga proseso po doon, pareho din dito sa yung regular na pagpo-process except yung route planning. Kasi po, yung sa initial implementation, we're just looking for now few but specific routes per region all across the country para maramdaman, makita yung ano ang makikita nila sa kabuuan yung modernization program sa baba. Makikita talaga sa araw-araw. At saka ma-feel ka like what happened in Tacloban. So, instead of waiting, we're actually asking them. And we already have gave instructions to the regional directors to engage local transport co-op precisely to get involved in this component of what we call initial implementation. So, ibig sabihin, tinutulungan na ng mga regional offices. So, hindi natin hinintay, tinutulungan na yung mga transport co-op. Yung mga nasabing lugar po doon, andun na po yan, kasama na rin po yung Region 3, kasama na rin yung Iloilo, Tacloban, hindi lang updated yung ano kasi, yung mga galing sa updates galing sa region. I just had a talk with the regional directors yesterday. So we were able to get the other updates na ginagawa nila yung pag-i-engage dun sa mga local transport groups. So on that score, what will happen is that na-identify and then we have been pushing for, in the initial implementation, kasama na rin yung ibang components ng PUVMP, including yung consolidation at saka fleet management. So hindi na rin, we're not going to adopt the same old practice before na paisa-isa. So, what happened in Tacloban is what will happen all throughout the country. What happened in Tacloban? Basically, what happened there is that consolidated na yung fleet. 3 developmental routes with only 1 franchise running. So, ibig sabihin po, and 1 developmental route would have a minimum of 15 units each. So, hindi natin aasahan na there would be as many as there may be units required in a particular route. So,
Muna sir, isa lang ang franchise.
Opo,
so
sa
silang
bawat
kukuha
ruta.
ng mga driver.
Ano
Silang
po?
kukuha.
Opo, yes po.
Ang problema niyan, paano kung yung ibang kooperatiba, halimbawa, hindi sila yung nakakuha ng franchise na yon. So, yung driver nila, libre naman lumipat sa ibang...
Pwede naman po.
Pwede yun.
But in this case lang po, I just want to qualify.
Okay.
Developmental route po ito. Ibig sabihin, wala pong existing operators na naapektuhan. But obviously, yung mga other drivers who would like to participate in these new routes, pwede man din. Depende na rin dun sa transport co-op na nakausap dun sa baba ng mga regional directors. Now, pagkatapos nun, I'm going to the financing part po. Since the routes are already identified, studied, and evaluated as well as at least initially approved sa regional level, ang kailangan ng bangko po, DBP and Land Bank, yung certification, among others, na merong rota, And then yung rota na yan, nagsasabi na rin kung saan banda tatahakin, ang distance, the kind of unit that's being applied, the number of units, because we will now be able to determine kung ano ang demand on a daily basis. So all this data would be mentioned there, and that because the bank would like to know also on the financial viability of that particular route. So rightly so, because they also would like to be assured. So we
So,
will
sir, you're
issue.
saying that the franchise holder, I'm sorry to have to interrupt, just so I can understand as we move forward. So the franchise holder will be the one who will apply for a loan to distribute to the drivers under him. Am I correct? Hindi na pwedeng yung individual drivers kasi
Yes po, hindi
yung
na po.
franchise holder lang, na iisa lang yon ang makakakuha ng certification, correct, for the route.
Yes po.
Kasi dun sa developmental routes na sinasabi ninyo, meaning no existing,
Operators
Operators,
affected or
okay.
operating in that particular route.
so in short, Metro Manila is not part of that. Hindi pa, wala pa tayo dyan.
I still cannot say that for now because the route rationalization for the MUSEP area, yung Metro Manila to include the peripheral provinces of Bulacan, Rizal, Laguna, and Cavite.
Hindi pa tapos.
Malakihan kasi, ma'am.
Oo
And
nga,
then,
hindi, malaki. At maraming maliliit na mga karsada, syempre,
Opo,
titignan
so
natin.
very likely there might be new routes that might be identified
Okay.
in that sense. So meaning there would be developmental routes even
Right,
in Metro Manila.
partial, not the entire place. There will be only
Yes.
certain areas that are developmental routes.
Like in the case of what was mentioned by ASEC Mark po, the one applied for by the Senate Employees Transport Cooperative, which actually runs from CCP to MOA, it's actually a developmental route.
Correct.
Wala pong route na yan dati. Yung rota po na makita nyo from CCP, papunta po sa Vito Cruz, no? Ay ngayon, from CCP all the way up to, so we're trying to combine work with recreation.
Ayun sa UP Ikot.
I'm sorry, but I'm not too familiar with it. But definitely there's a route there.
Meron na yun eh, di
Opo,
ba? Hindi
opo.
na yung developmental kasi may existing,
Opo.
di ba?
What
Okay.
we can do with UP Ikot po, we can consolidate them, and on the basis of the consolidation and fleet management, then they can already upgrade their new units as well.
Oh, kasi may mga natanggal doon, no?
Hindi po. Yung
Hindi
nabalita
totoo
po
yun?
yung tanggal usok, tanggal bulok. Sa labas po ng UP campus po yun.
Hindi doon sa loob.
Sa Balara area. Balara area po.
Okay. Pero syempre, gusto rin naman natin ligtas at
Opo.
maayos yung mga sinasakyan ng mga estudyante rin doon, di ba? Na, ay, ang ganda-ganda ng lugar, tapos mausok din naman. Pero syempre, tingnan din natin yung sitwasyon ng driver. Okay, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
So as regards that, so there would be an applicant. Applicant pa po ang tawag namin doon sa yung mag-a-apply ng prangkisa. And then the regional offices or the regional office of the LTFRB will issue a certification to that effect, yung mga sinasabi ko. And then the applicant will bring it to the bank. And the bank will study it as a basis for processing the loan. Okay. And
Gaano katagal mag-decide? Dapat hindi kaya automatic na yon pagka nakuha na ninyo yung certificate from the LTO. Land Bank naman sila, DBP. Ano ba naman yung matagal?
basically kasi it's pretty much like processing a loan, pero ang sinasabi namin yung it's I like to share the sentiment of the good senator na
Right. How long
mabilis-
will it take, sir?
Ang sinasabi nila 45 working days, pero ang sinasabi namin kung pwede less than 1 month. 3 weeks
Oh.
pa nga sinasabi namin, 2 to 3 weeks.
Kasi tinaw nyo ha, yung pagpunta sa inyo sa LTFRB, papadala mo sa DOTR mga isang buwan, di ba? Tapos siguro sa DOTR dapat mabilis na rin. Pero okay, sabihin na natin 1 month, tapos pupunta pa sa bangko, so mga 2 buwan. Di ba? So medyo, wala lang. Okay. Anyway.
In the meantime po, I don't want to look at it simply like a step-by-step process na mangyayari na lang pagdating dun sa dulo. What I'm saying is that, in fact, I've been telling the transport leaders who've been very enthusiastic and in supporting this program. Hindi lang po support na as in naghihintay. Sila na po ang tumitingin kung saan pwede yung mga rota. Sila na rin ang kumakausap sa bangko, yung iba dito. Sila na rin ang pupunta sa mga suppliers to be assured na pagdating sa panahon na meron na yung prangkisa, andun na rin yung mga units. Ganun po ang nangyayari in parallel with what is happening on the processes that we're undertaking.
Okay, so Chairman Delgra, I mean, as I said, I can relate to perhaps the amount and volume of work you have to do now. But of course, in areas where, like Metro Manila, for example, or even Cebu, na may mga established routes na, Cagayan de Oro, many places in the Philippines, how soon will we be able to come up with the route rationalization? Because obviously, they won't be able to get their loans, they won't be able to get their certificates without the issuance of the DOTR pending the rationalization.
Yes po, ma'am. On the rationalization study po, yun yung sinasabi kong yung the regular run of the PUVMP where the route rationalization study is required. Yung initial implementation po, hindi natin kailangan yung buong plano.
So, yung 1 month na sinasabi mo,
Opo.
yun yun.
Opo. What I'm saying is that pag merong isang transport co-op na pupunta sa LTFRB, nakita namin na mayroong isang rota na kailangan pwedeng lagyan. So, ang gagawin namin, we make a study only based on that route. Alam natin na when we talk about routes or a route rationalization study, we have to understand the interconnectivity of routes. So that because we need to understand that people move not on a one-directional basis. They move around as the need arises wherever they want to go. So we have to look at it that way. So yun yung kabuuan.
Okay.
Pagdating sa initial implementation, kasi gusto lang talaga natin makita kung ano itong PUVMP on the ground. Kahit na isang rota lang from origin to destination. So yun ang ginagawa na, yun ang kinakasa namin na madalian sa ngayon. So wag na muna natin yung mga malakihan, yung mga LPTRP. In fact, we just had a meeting with the highly technical consultants on the LPTRP, yung tinatawag na Local Public Transport Route Plan, which, again, sharing the sentiment of the good senator, mabagal kasi aabot daw ng mga, tawag nito, more than 1 year. Sabi ko, hindi, I cannot wait for that. Kung pwede, mapaiksian pa. I'm talking about yung sa LPTRP, ma'am, po, yung sa buong Pilipinas. Yeah, involving 1,400 or so LGUs from provinces down to municipalities. So sa ngayon, ito muna yung initial implementation kasi pwede namang ikakasa without having to compromise the entire interconnectivity of routes in a particular LGU. So,
Okay, so yung mga, well, nasabi na ninyo, yung pilot areas mo, Tacloban, di ba?
opo.
So far, success?
And very much successful
Pwedeng
po.
puntahan?
Pwede po. In fact, I have to, if I may say a little bit about Tacloban.
Sige.
We actually started it last year because Tacloban is a special place, not only for, it's actually a special place for the president. When Tacloban got hit, the first LGU to come in was Davao City. And then when these 3 resettlement areas, moving forward, were put into place last year, marami ng tao pumunta doon, nagsilipat. Ang problema, walang public transpo. So we need to come in, and we took it our own initiative to get these things done. So yun yung tawag namin doon, developmental routes, kasi wala talagang rota papunta doon sa mga resettlement areas that are as far as 12 to 14 kilometers away from the city. And that, so kung makita nyo, the first electric jeep na may prangkisa po, it's running here in UP, kasama with, pero outside the Metro Manila, the first electric jeep na consolidated franchise, makikita nyo po doon sa Tacloban. And what you will see in Tacloban, as I've said earlier, you will see it all across the country.
Malinis yung, yung buga ng, wala nang usok na electric jeeps or hindi naman? Basta compliant.
Electric jeep, solar powered, na testing na po kasi we were supposed to launch it last December 16 in Tacloban, pero dinaan ng Orduha, we postpone it, dumaan yung Vinta, we postpone it. Pero during that time, the operator was able to test their unit kasi nga bumabaha, na-testing din.
Nakautang naman sila. Nakuha nila yung funding na kailangan nila.
In this case, ano po?
Puro kayo muna ang nag-abono, ganon?
Hindi po, on their own, internally generated.
O kasi we want to know if it's sustainable, di ba? I mean, if it's a dole out, then it's not. So they went through the process that would normally be required of other franchise holders. Am I correct?
Since we're talking about viability, both on the part of the operator and the part of the one investing, whether it be by way of a loan or on their own, it has to start, as I've said previously, when you talk about public transport, I understand it that it has to be demand-driven. Ibig sabihin, on a particular route, madidetermine mo na kung ilan yung demand on a daily basis. And multiplied by the fare, then you will be able to know how viable that route is and how many units you would require to make it viable. If the viability of that route would only be good for 20 units, you're not going to put 50 units on that route. Otherwise, the operators will fold up pretty soon.
Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying, Chairman Delgra. I'm actually amazed that you're not confused with the many other concerns you have to tackle each day, with the many different other requirements. But perhaps, of course, we would be remiss if we don't ask for the opinion of the jeepney operators to comment on the presentation given by ASEC Mark, and also your expounding on that. I would like to ask Mr. De Luna, ano pong feeling ninyo dito sa presentasyon ng DOTR?
Magandang hapon po, Madam Chairman. Sa amin po ay malinaw po na hindi naman kami tumututol sa pagbabago. At hindi rin kami tumututol sa tinatawag natin na maging maayos ang ating mga sasakyan. At bilang katunayan nga po niyan, ay kinocongratulate ko po ang IAC dahil nakita po natin yung panimula na po ng pagbabago ng mga sasakyan. At makikita na po natin, karamihan po dito sa ating kalsada ay maayos na po ang sasakyan. Kaya may ginawa po kami na tinatawag natin na ito po yung dati, ito po yung ngayon. Isang patunay lamang ng part na po ng modernization. Yun po yung sinasabi namin, yung part po ng modernization, hindi kailangan yung biglaan. Yung po tinatawag natin na security sa pasahero at yung tinatawag sa climate change, yung pagpalit mo ng makina, isang pamamaraan na po yun na tinatawag natin na modernization. Kaya ang amin po inaano rito ay dapat naman ay maging hindi kagad bigla yung uri ng pagbabago ng modernization. Kasi nung araw po, nagsimula tayo sa Kalabaw nung wala pa pong kalsada. Nung nagkaroon na po ng kaunting bakat ng Kalabaw, yung sinihila na kawayan, nagkaroon na po tayo ng tinatawag na kalesa. No? Modernization na po yun. Nung nagkaroon na po ng tinatawag na kaunting kalsada, nagkaroon na po tayo ng jeep. Modernization na yon. Kaya yung sinasabi po natin, yung part po ng modernization, hindi kailangan ay biglaan yung pangarap natin na maging maayos kaagad. Kailangan po ay unti-unti. Yung po sinasabi natin tanggal bulok, tanggal usok, yan po ay sinuportahan ng hanay ng transportasyon at nakita po natin na wala na po halos ang usok at naging maganda na po ang pagdaloy ng takbo ng mga sasakyan natin. Ibig sabihin, pinakita na namin na sumusunod kami doon sa kagustuhan ng gobyerno. Ang tingnan po natin dito, baka po yung modernization ay gawin lamang kasangkapan ng mga kapitalista na ganid na dito sa local at yung national. Kasi ang mangyayari po dyan, kung ipapairal po natin yung tinatawag na fleet management, ang nakikita po namin doon, ang may iwan po doon, yung mga maliliit na mga individual na operator. Hindi ba po yung mga individual na operator, hindi naman kami umasa nung araw sa gobyerno, kami na yung bumili mismo ng sasakyan. Hindi na po kami umasa na napakinabangan po ng maraming taon. At nakita at nakilala po yung klase ng hugis ng ating mga sasakyan. Bakit po natin babaguhin? Kung halimbawa po yung standard ng gobyerno ay kailangan ay nakatayo para maging maganda at maayos daw ang pagsakay ng pasahero, ay kung nakakatayo po yan, ano yung security ng proyekto na yon na lahat ay nakaupo? Siyempre po, mangyayari dyan, nakatayo, ay may makatatayo rin. Ang tanong ko po, naging safety, naging maayos po ba ang mga pasahero doon? Isang pamamaraan po yun sa parte ng pagkita nung biglaan ng pagbabago. Kaya ang sa amin po dito, kung sakali na magkaroon at talagang bulok na, yung dati pong pattern ng ating sasakyan ang manatili. Hindi pa pinagbabatayan dito na bakit tayo ay nakayuko. Ayaw na rin nila ng nakayuko. Ang sabi ko po, ay yung Mercedes-Benz nga, pag sumakay, nakayuko eh. Ba't hindi po nagrereklamo? Kaya yung ang ano po natin doon, ang dapat po doon, ang dapat pong ma-emphasize po ng ating gobyerno rito, milyones pa po ang walang hanap buhay. Milyones pa po yun ng mga namamalengke. Yung tinatawag, ayun po, yung 8 pesos lamang po, ay hirap na sila magbayad. Ang karamihan po hindi pa nagbabayad dahil wala kakulangan po ng tinatawag natin na nakakayahan na magbabayad ng pamasahe. Ano po yung seguridad natin kapag nangutang pa ang isang operator ng 1.2 million o 1.5 million ay hindi tataas ang pamasahe. Dapat tinitingnan din po natin yung uri ng tinatawag natin ng mga mananakay. Pinaunlad na po ba natin yan? Kaya ang sinasabi ko po dito, yung developmental na route na wala pa talagang mga tumatakbo doon, ay yun ang panimulan muna ng gobyerno. At saka wag po tayo mag-create ng fleet management na ilalagay lamang natin sa isang case number na wala na po yung kapangyarihan ng individual na operator. Ay kung ang nangyari po sa fleet management ay hindi maganda ang kalakaran ng namuno, hindi nasira na po yung programa dun sa parte ng fleet management. Ang kailangan po dito, ipagpatuloy natin yung tinatawag natin na manatili yung kalakaran na individual operator o yung tatlo o apat na operator. Kasi po, halimbawa po ako yung nakapagpunda ng 5 unit. Ngayon, ang lalabas doon, sasama ako doon sa programa. Ngayon, ang tanong ko po dito, ay paano ako makakabayad doon sa bangko kung 500 pesos lamang ang boundary? Dahil maiksi lamang po yung kanyang rota. Hindi phase out na po yun. Inalisan na natin ng kabuhayan yung mga tinatawag na ganong klase na operator na nagpundar na inalis naman ang karapatan niya samantalang matagal ng panahon na ginamit na ng gobyerno sa pamamagitan ng public servant na hindi umasa sa gobyerno. Paano po naman yung may kakayahan ng individual na operator na hindi na umasa sa gobyerno kundi kami na mismo ang bumili ng sasakyan? Kasi po, Madam Chairman, ang halaga po ng jeep, halimbawa po natin, yung Euro 4 na standard ng gobyerno para sa climate change ay mga kalahating milyon. Yung makina lang po yun, no? Yung pangilalim. Ay kung yung tinatawag natin na yung original na jeep natin na sukat, ang halaga lamang ay 200,000. Loaded na. Hindi, ang lumalabas po doon, hindi naaabot doon sa milyones na sinasabi nila na kayang-kaya namin bayaran at kami na mismo ang uutang. Kasi yung pitch management po, isa lamang sa programa nila yon sa pamamagitan ng requirement ng ating mga bangkong pag-uutangan. Hindi po talaga yun lamang sa parte ng gusto nila na pagsamasamahin. Kaya bigyan po natin ang mga individual na operator na siya may kakayahan naman. Huwag natin pong alisin. Kasi ang nakakatakot dito, baka may mga tinatawag na katulad nga po ng sinabi ko sa inyo, may mga ilan na po na mga sumasakay sa programa ng modernization na sila na nagpapatakbo na wala namang kinalaman doon sa parte ng transportasyon, kundi yung parte lamang po nang sila po ay may pananalapi sa pamamagitan ng pagsimula, ng pagbuo ng programa ng gobyerno sa parte ng modernization.
Okay.
Tingnan po natin yung uri ng mga individual na operator na kaya naman na mag-loan na hindi na umasa sa gobyerno na huwag kaming alisan ng karapatan doon sa mga prangkisa na tinatawag na sinasabi nila na hindi na kami magkakaroon ng prangkisa dahil nga doon sa kailangan ay magkaroon tayo ng fleet management. Medyo hindi po makatarungan sa amin yon. Parang ang tingin namin doon ay anti-poor.
So, sa salaysay ninyo, tutol kayo dun sa fleet management regulation. Ngayon, ako naman siguro dito yung rationalization dito. Sa ibang bansa kasi, pagpapublikong sasakyan na pangmaramihan, talagang nationalized. Ito po siguro yung compromise ng ating government to consolidate. Ngayon, naintindihan ko rin kasi we try to encourage the entrepreneurial spirit. Ibig sabihin, yung individual ba, kung kaya naman nila, ba't hindi? Pero madalas, marami din sa mga individual na may kaya, mayaman na rin, no? May kaya na rin. Bagamat, siguro, isa yan sa gusto kong tanungin kay Yusek Orbos, dun sa mga areas na wala pang ruta, siguro pwede dun magkaroon ng fleet management. Pero dun sa areas na meron ng established, have you considered allowing individual franchise holders, sir? Or if Chairman Delgra is willing to answer this one, sir? Okay.
Ma'am, I guess ano ang siguro ma'am tama po kayo yung the idea behind fleet management, no, it makes the operation more efficient para po sa kanila, at the same time even for the commuters na nakikita nila yung eksaktong dating at alis ng mga sasakyan. Tama po kayo na may mga lugar-lugar na pwede na nating gawin yan. Meron pong mga lugar siguro na tulad na nakasanayan, bibigyan pa. In fact naman, 3 taon yun naiintindihan po talaga naming, naiintindihan po nila na binibigay namin eh. Para
3 years, di ba? Para
Yes,
i-phase
ma'am.
out yung mga luma as long as they're compliant right now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Di ba?
ma'am.
Walang usok na masama, ganon-ganon.
Opo,
Di ba?
opo.
Okay, 3 years.
In fact, masabi ko lang po kay Ka-Efren, yung pong grupo niya, siguro mga 80% compliant or even 90% compliant po dun sa roadworthiness. Kaya po yung sinasabi ni Ka-Efren na baka pwedeng payagan, yun po yung kanyang argumento eh. Kaya lang po talaga, Ka-Efren, ang gobyerno po kasi hindi pwedeng manatili lang sa pwedeng ibigay natin sa ngayon sa ating mga mananakay. Kung pwede po natin mapagbigyan na ma-improve yung kanilang kondisyon, ibibigay po natin yun. Ma'am, I commend him, but at the same time, I ask him to, talagang, sabi nga niya ho kanina, bakit nga yung Mercedes-Benz pwedeng yumuko? Ano ho talaga yun? Bakit hindi, kung hindi ho natin sinasabi sa kanila kung ano yung mas bagay sa kanila, mas tama sa kanila, ang mananakay po talaga will not ask for it, but it is incumbent on government to provide them better service.
Because, Mr. De Luna, and this is just throwing out an idea there. Kayo may kooperatiba kayo. Hindi ba kayo pwede yung fleet manager nun? Di ba? Pwede mong hatiin yung grupo mo. Kunyari dito ka sa Manila, meron kang isang fleet dyan. Yun naman sinasabi ko kasi, tiwala na sila sa liderato ninyo. Di ba? Alam naman nila yung ganon. I mean, isa lang sa ideya ko na naisip yon. Pero baka naman in conflict yon sa inyong iniisip. Ewan ko.
Ma'am, madali lang po sabihin yun eh. Ayun sa amin po kasi may mga local association na kami. At ang lumalabas yun, parang fleet management na. Dahil may mga individual na kami, lalagay ko lang assignment dyan, oh. Ikaw yung fleet management na, ako yung pinakang national, etc. Huwag naman po yung tinatawag na pati na yung tinatawag nating prangkisa, ay ilalagay natin sa isang case number para dun lang sa point. Kasi yung kanila pong sinasabi, ay alam naman na, organize ho kami, nakita naman nila. Ayan, si Undersecretary Orbus, nagpasalamat at nakita niya na ang mga member ng akto karamihan ay disiplinado. Di ba po? At nakita mo naman, naka-uniform, etc. Isang patunay lamang yon na yung sinasabi ko nga po, ay kung may pangarap ang gobyerno sa parte ng tinatawag natin na yung gusto nila ay nakatayo, etc., doon sa mga wala munang tinatawag natin na mga rota. Pero yung tinatawag natin na yung sa amin na mas marami, manatili kami doon sa jeep namin na pwede naman namin baguhin yung buo eh, kung talagang bulok eh. Ang hinahabol ho muna natin, pumunta muna tayo doon sa kaya naming halaga. Kasi kung ang pera namin ay pandivisoria lang, ba't kami pipilitin bumili sa Mega Mall? Kailangan mag-concentrate muna ho tayo
I
doon.
don't think pipilitin kayo na mamili ng supplier, di ba? Kung sino naman yung makukuha ninyo, basta compliant lang dun sa requirement. Euro 4 or Euro 3. Euro 3 or 4 ba? Or 4 lang? Okay, Euro 4. Di ba, hindi naman kailangan isang at ako na mismo magsasabi, kundi monopoliya talaga yan. Pero, salamat po sa inyong mga insights dito. Gusto ko naman, magdako naman tayo dito kay Mr. San Mateo ng Piston. Nakita po ninyo yung presentasyon. Ano po naman ang masasabi ninyo?
Good morning, Madam Chair. Salamat po sa pagkakataon. No? Meron lang po ako mga ni-notes na mga, actually, iba, tanong pa nga eh. No? Siguro to the Madam Chair, gusto ko lang sana ma-clarify through kay Chairman Delgra o kay Yusek Orbos with regards to sa Tacloban project. Kasi laging nabanggit ni Chairman yung Tacloban. As you know, marami akong kamag-anak sa Tacloban, kaya madalas ako nagbibisita dyan. At marami rin miyembro ng Piston dyan. Gusto ko lang malinawan, kasi binanggit ni Chairman as pilot project itong Tacloban, no? Yung fleet management ng 45 units, no? Sir, i-clarify ko lang, I've been to Tacloban after nung 24, after tayo nag-usap. Okay, pag-meeting ako sa operator doon, ang una kong tinanong sa mga operator, sino yung malalaking operator dito ng jeep ang nakapagbuo ng fleet management ng 45 units? Kaya yun ang kagad ang pumasok sa isip ko eh. Kasi kilala ko ron si Tata, no? Pero sabi sa akin, yung si Tata, wala pa rin daw unit, nagre-request ng electric vehicle. Pero after na wala pang unit. Malaking operator niya sa Tacloban City, no, mga multicam. Ang sagot ng mga operator, hindi private entity. It's the LGU ng Tacloban who's operating the 45 solar. So, yun ang sabi nila. So, maganda maklarify. Ikalawa, sabi ko, how about the performance? So, alam naman natin ang Tacloban, maulan. Kasi nasa eastern side ng Visayas yan. Ang kwento ng mga kasi di ba, karamihan dyan, sir, mga di ba, yung mga nirelocate, mga Yolanda victims, di ba, yung siniservicean. Ang sabi nung mga kausap namin operator, pag umuulan, lalo na pag bumaba, hindi bumabiyahe itong mga sasakyan na to. So yung mga tao, mga pasahero, doon pa rin nagpupunta sa mga jeepneys natin. Mga current jeepneys natin. Tapos maliban doon, sabi ko, paano naman yung sasahod? Kasi sabi ko, kiniklaim lagi ni chairman sa public, 1,200 a day ang kita ng driver. Ang kwento ng mga operator doon, yung driver, ini-impose ng 3,000 na quota. 3,000 na quota. Opo. Tapos pag hindi na quota, galing to sa operator, hindi sa akin, no? Sa akin nga gusto ko nga tanungin, Yung, pag hindi naka-impose na pag hindi naka-commit ng aabot ng 3,000 na quota, sinisibak outright yung driver. So may problema na agad doon sa job security, etc. So nadidipit din yung purpose na sinasabing wala nang competition kasi wala nang boundary, pero may quota, so yun din yun. Okay?
Mr. San Mateo, yun bang mga drivers, sila rin yung may-ari ng jeep?
Hindi, fleet nga So theoretically fleet
So talagang fleet na, yung LGU na sinasabi mo doon sa
Well, according to
Tacloban.
them, it's the LGU that's running the program.
Okay.
Pero lang yan, ma'am, that's one part of my comment. Ngayon doon sa tanggal bulok, tanggal usok. Yung tanggal bulok, tanggal usok, no? Nakita namin to, we are opposing this, strongly opposing this, not because gusto namin yung bulok at mausok. Pero nakita namin, hindi naman to yung tamang paraan para doon sa pag-prevent ng mausok at bulok. Kasi, madam, itong mga inuupakan nila ngayon na mga vehicle na dilapidated, no? Well, pinapakita naman sa TV yan are the same vehicles na niregister ng LTO at binigyan ng confirmation ng LTFRB last year.
Yun nga yung sinasabi ko Balik tayo sa LTO.
Okay.
Anyway, sige po.
Ma'am, if I may, ma'am, continue ko lang. Okay lang. So, binigyan mo ng at hindi mo na pwede sabihin panahon pa ni Pinoy yun. 2017, the whole fiscal year ng 2017, yung mga current official na ng LTO, LTFRB nandiyan. So, yung registration period niyan, January to October di ba? Okay. Ngayon, ang nakita namin dito, yung tanggal bulok, tanggal usok, is yung smoke screen doon sa implementation ng phase out. No? Ang sa totoo nga, di kasi sinasabi, wala namang phase out. Well, ako, alam ko na yun bukang bibig na LTFRB, walang phase out, hindi natin tatanggal yung jeep bilang pangalan. Pero yung unit, papalitan natin. Or momodernize, yung term, momodernize or papalitan, etc. etc. Ngayon, yung tanggal bulok, tanggal phase out, yan yung pag-start ng pag-phase out. Kasi phase out nila, then phase in nila hanggang mabuo nila sa 2020. Di pagdating ng end of 2020, wala na yung mga kasalukuyan jeep, kahit pa roadworthy ito. Yun doon ka nga magtataka Kasi, di ba tatanong niyo madam, pag roadworthy, di ba, di dapat i-register, no? Halimbawa, may kaibigan ako na operator sa Baguio. Kausap ko siya. Nag-comply siya doon sa ng LTFRB. Ginawa niya side entrance, ginawa mataas ng ceiling. In fact, ginasusan nga ng 600,000 yung dalawang unit niya Hoping na ma-comply siya, no? Na-accredit na-register naman. Okay. So, bago na lahat, pogi na, may wiper na lahat-lahat. So na-register na, pero sabi ng LTFRB dun sa region, hanggang 2020 lang yan. Hanggang 2020. Kasi yung makina niya hindi Euro 4. Oh, hindi Euro 4 yung makina niya. At yung chassis niya di ano pa rin yung yung ano. So yun nga yung problem eh. Yun ang problem eh. Roadworthy, pero hindi na pwede pagdating ng 2021. Yan ang hindi natin maintindihan. Tapos ma'am, last na lang po, no? Last na lang po. Yung sa pinang-fleet management, sa totoo lang, hindi, yung mga ruta, may mga asosasyon eh. Actually, binanggit nga ni Efren eh. Yung mga asosasyon, it's a form of consolidation yan. Okay? Ang pinagkaiba lang, yung mga franchises ay individually owned. Pero they consolidate, no? Operations nila, etc. Ang pinagkaiba lang, siguro, dun sa design ng LTFRB, yung maintenance, kanya-kanya. Di ba? Maintenance, kanya-kanya. Pero, meron silang terminal, may common terminal sila. Di ba? Ang kailangan lang, mag-start doon, i-enhance yun. Para makaserve ng better, tulad ng sinasabi ni Chairman na may tawag doon, may oras yung biyahe, ganon. Kaya sabihin, hindi necessarily ipepwersa mo yung consolidation din sa ownership ng franchise. Pwede yung operation, even yung maintenance eh. Pwede rin nila i-consolidate. In fact, ginagawa yan ng mga asosasyon. Through their association, ay pag-usap sila sa gasoline station para bigyan sila ng discount. Dahil doon sila nagkaarga. Tulad din yung sinasabi nila na away para makakuha ng discount, di ba? Ginagawa na yun ng mga asosasyon ngayon. Pero under the current modernization program, ipina-force ka dun sa consolidation, not only dun sa operation, kundi dun sa ownership ng franchise. So dun pumapalag yung mga small operators. Kasi, syempre, nila yun eh, yung pinaghirapan nila yung pag-aari nila yun.
Mr. San Mateo, sandali lamang.
Yes, ma'am.
Kasi, di ba, kahit sa taxi, pwede naman ako individual franchise holder, correct?
Wala na
Sa
ma'am.
ngayon, pero hindi papalitan na ninyo yan.
Yes po. If I may say as regards consolidation, I think the only denomination that we have taken exception of is the TNVS. Kasi nga, we took out the fleet in the more than 3 units just to be consistent with the original ride-sharing model. Other than that, i-consolidate na po lahat. In fact, we have issued an MC that for those taxi operators with multiple franchises, yung ginagawa nila dati na bumibili ng mga prangkisa isa dalawang unit, the LTFRB have issued a franchise na yung i-consolidate na yung mga multiple franchises under one name. Kung sa iisang operator.
Okay.
Ito yung problema ko kasi. Kunyari, ako yung driver, no? May konti akong pera, gusto ko magkaroon ng ruta, no? So, pupunta ako dito sa consolidated group. What's stopping that consolidated group, leadership, or owner, from saying, para makasama ka sa amin, kasi kami may prangkisa, babayaran mo rin kami.
Correct.
Diba? I mean, no, seriously. Because, why will I favor you over another driver? Ba't kita pipiliin? At hindi yung isang driver na ito, pareho kayong may pera, pareho kayong makakabili ng jeep na compliant. Pareho kayong may investment. Pero ito, babayaran ako. Sasama kita. Diba? Unless you put it in your regulation that they're given the franchise, what's in it for them to hold that franchise? Is my question. How will they maintain it? Will they require a fee? Because I'm sure, kunyari, sa inyo po, Mr. San Mateo, sa Piston, gusto ko maging miyembro ng Piston. Okay, kunwari, ba't hindi? Di ba? Magkano bayad sa inyo? I mean, di ba, pag may union, di ba, kasama naman yan eh. Sa sweldo mo, tatapyasin ng konti para meron kang membership, tapos pag kailangan ninyo mag-strike, meron pang bigay para may daily allowance yung ano yung requirement ninyo? Kasi baka naman transferable lang yan doon sa franchise holder, sir.
Di ma'am, sa practice namin, I think pares naman doon sa acto, etc., no? Hindi, as an individual operator, you cannot be a direct member. You have to be a member ng mga local associations na affiliated sa Piston. So, hindi siya directly individual member. So, yung juice mo, kung sa juice, nagju-juice ka dun sa local association mo eh. So a part of that percentage goes to the federation. So hindi po directly. And now, going back to sa ano ma'am, doon sa sinasabi ko lang, kaya malaki po ang problema natin dito sa current modernization program. Kasi punta lang ako doon sa route rationalization, no? Doon sa route rationalization. Doon sa route rationalization, malinaw po na nakasagay doon. Ang priority para doon sa mga bagong franchises is yung mga high capacity vehicles. High capacity vehicles, meaning buses, at yung mga tawag ng DOTR na mga modern jeepneys, meaning yung mga quote-unquote environmental friendly unit na Euro 4, solar, or electric. Plus yung standard na side entrance, etc. etc. Sa pagpapatupad nito, madam, nakita mo na rito, plus yung laki nung gasto sa sasakyan, kahit mag-consolidate ka, plus yung kakailanganin doon sa mga ibang requirement pa ng DOTR, yung dalawang off-street terminal, etc. etc. Dito pala, makikita na natin, hindi makakamigrate yung vast majority ng mga current, yung mga existing na operator at driver sa industriya. So, anong klase ang isang modernization program kung iiwan mo lang itong mga to at magpipilit ka ng gano'n dahil lang sa sinasabi nila na modernization. In fact, madam, marami mga operator are willing na iayos yung sasakyan nila para maging compliant. Sinusunod pa nga yung mga side entrance eh. Ang problem, hindi ka pa rin makakalagpas sa 2021 kung hindi yung mga Euro 4 solar electric yung if you remember, madam, yung first hearing natin, may dumalo rito na assembler, local assembler, na nagsalita dun sa hearing. Sabi niya, naghahanap ako ng brand new na makina na Euro 4. Wala siyang makuha na brand new na makina na Euro 4. Kasi ang gusto niya sana, bibili siya ng brand new na makina na Euro 4 or brand new chassis, then i-assemble niya kasi assembler siya eh. O yung mga operator, ipapa-assemble kay LGS, kay Malagenya, no?
Walang makuha ang Euro 4.
Well, hindi ko alam sa
Pwede
gobyerno.
magsalita ukol dyan?
Wala pa po ang pinadala.
DOTR or DTI.
Ma'am, last pala po. Kaya hindi rin matupad yung sinasabi na pwede ka mamili kung saan mo gusto. Mauwi ka pa rin doon sa pinapresent lagi ng DOTR at yung mga prototype na ina-assemble nila Almasora, nila Centro, nila
Ito
Santa
ba yung
Rosa.
within the purview of the Com Builders Technology, Mr. Roel Bacar? Sa inyo ba to? Wala daw makuhang Euro 4 na makina. Sa inyo bang concern yan? Hindi. Okay, kaninong concern?
Ma'am, bago ko po ipasa sa Board of Investment, sila po yung nangangasiwa niyan. Mayroon lang akong isasabihin kay
Oo
kay
nga,
George.
baka naman walang supply, sir.
Ma'am, yung pong sinabi niya tungkol doon sa yung mga may kasalanan nung araw na nagbigay sa inyo ng approval kahit hindi kayo roadworthy, iniimbestigahan na po namin yon. At hindi po kami papayag na sila'y nakalaya at pumipirma-pirma nung kanilang pagkakamali.
Maraming salamat kung gano'n, no? Pero ang problem nga, ang inupakan yung yung biktima eh. Pero yung may pakana, iniimbestigahan pa lang. Yun yung inustisya po doon, madam.
Pero alam mo, Mr. San Mateo, wag na rin naman tayo lahat magmalines. Lahat naman tayo dito. Alam naman natin.
Correct.
Hindi naman papasa din yan sa LTO kung hindi na naglagay ng panglangis. At alam din naman natin kung ang usok ay maayos o maitim. Di ba? Tayo naman rin mismo. Alam
Yes,
naman
ma'am.
natin yun. Okay.
Okay, yes,
Pero,
ma'am.
wala naman din manloloko kung walang magpapaloko dito sa LTO na to. Alam naman natin. Okay, corrupt sila. Kanina nagkaroon ako ng hearing. Hindi ko nilalahat, ha? Hindi ko nilalahat. Merong isang LTO doon sa isang lugar. 20 years na sila doon. 20 years, 25 years, magre-retire na. Ang kinikita pa rin ngayon, salary grade 18. Diba? 18. Salary grade 18. Ito na yung OIC ng isang LTO. So talagang the temptation so great. And I'm not even saying that LTO person's corrupt. Of course not. But this is what I'm saying. Obviously, the opportunity presents itself because of the need. That's why nga, yung LTO na yon binigyan talaga namin ng jurisdiction na maging hindi na satellite office, but, or extension office. So what I'm saying, Mr. San Mateo, is, we have to think also the progress in general, but I understand we have to be able to think of our drivers. Hindi naman lahat gusto natin na captive na lang sa isang grupo na lamang, no? Pero anyway, this is just an exploratory thing. We want to be able to see the opinions also of others. Sino pa ba aside from him, siguro sa DTI, ano na nangyari sa Euro 4, governor ko?
Madam Senator, good afternoon ho. Just yun Euro 4 ho kasi, it's not just about the engine. Hindi lang yung makina eh. It's a whole vehicle. In other words, if you meron kang isang Euro 4 compliant na makina ho, tapos ilagay mo sa isang sasakyan na napakabigat, that will not produce the kind of results as far as emissions is concerned. So it cannot you cannot take the engine in isolation when you say Euro 4. It's in combination with the powertrain. That means the transmission, yun buong sasakyan. So
Okay,
it's
but the
difficult to say.
components, whatever is the requirement to warrant a Euro 4 accreditation, do we even have enough of the supply currently in the country? And where can I go? Let's say I want my vehicle to be Euro 4. Where do I go, sir?
How it happens sa formal sector ho ng auto industry is because wala ho tayong currently facilities in the country to be able to certify. What happens for the formal sector is it is certified by the manufacturer. Let's say, kung yari ho, alimbawa, Isuzu or Hino or whoever the manufacturer is.
Yung ba mga Isuzu o yung mga nabanggit yung Hino, do they have the Euro 4 components in the country?
They
Or
have
the engine, whatever
They have
it
the
is.
Euro 4 vehicles. Not everybody has it today.
Okay, they have the vehicles. Meaning, if I want to upgrade mine, I have to go to a supplier na hindi, wala. Kailangan buo nang bibilin sa kanila kasi as you were mentioning, it's not just the engine, it's the entire aparato, so the entire car.
It's the platform.
Engineer Santiago, please. So you can't upgrade. You have to buy a new one, is what we're
What I
saying.
understand from the discussion here, they wanted the individual engine as they used to do when they buy second-hand Isuzu in Banawe. But now they have to buy a Euro 4, it's not available, and he's saying the local suppliers can only supply complete unit, meaning with the body. There are no suppliers currently here selling engines only.
Is that a correct assertion, sir?
Yes, that's generally correct ho, no? Kasi ho naman, let me try to explain.
Okay, guys. Katahimikan lang po ng
Yun,
konti para maintindihan natin.
We're in a developmental situation, as I think we all understand. And nagkaroon ng practice dito sa atin sa Pilipinas na pwede kang gumawa ng sarili mong sasakyan. In other words, it started after the war. Pwede kang bumili ng makina, bumili ka ng chassis, then you put it together, then you have a car, tapos pwede mong i-rehistro. That's not true in a developed situation. In other words, a motor vehicle in developed countries are manufactured by manufacturers that are, kumbaga, authorized, they go through a certification process. Now, that's why like I said, we are in a developmental situation. It's a stage we're going through, no? So, and countries as they develop graduate from that situation because of liability issues. Well, that's the best I can describe
Okay,
it. No?
Governor ko, I think may sinabi si Mr. De Luna eh. Gusto natin ng pagbabago pero yun nga, merong natural evolution. Pero syempre, we also want, and as a regular citizen, we also want change rather quickly. Di ba? So we're trying to catch up also with the good intention of the President. Di ba? Gusto niya, bilisan natin to. But we are now confronted with the realities. Which is right now, yun nga, the reality is, to be really compliant, you have to change your vehicle. That's why we have this, what do you call this, assistance from the government. Mr. San Mateo, with that reality, okay, o siguro, Mr. Reyes naman, para, sayang naman po, gusto mo siya? Ay, MRT. Hindi, dito rin. Hindi.
Ma'am,
Mr.
okay na
San
naman
Mateo,
pick up.
ganito.
Po.
Naintindihan na ninyo yung sinasabi na talagang kailangan palitan na yung
Okay.
vehikulo, di ba?
Okay. So hindi talaga pwede yung sinasabi na na mamimili. Pwede ka mamili. Kasi sabihin, mamimili ka dun sa ipepresenta nila kung sino. Kasi sa mga operators, I'm sure, nakausap niyo ng mga operator eh. Kasi yung mga operators, sa tingin nila, makakatipid sila if they buy the platform at assembly nila yung mga assemblers natin. Kasi yun na yung kumpiyansa sila eh. Itong mga binabanggit ko na assembler, sila Lawin, sila Malagenya, LGS. Ma'am, alam nyo, yan yung mamamatay. Patay din yan, yung industriya na yan.
Actually, tama yung sinabi mo. Kasi initially, sinasabi natin to help local companies, di ba? Local car assembly plants. Eh kaso, kung kabuuan pala nito, they'll have to really have a fleet available na, di ba? So,
Lumalabas nga, ma'am.
Yung saraw
Ang
ba,
choice lang
kaya?
namin, yung mga prototype na pinipresent ng DOTR tsaka ng LTFRB.
Yung saraw, for example.
Well, I think
Kaya
yung saraw yata,
Ma'am,
parang
yung saraw is
inang-credit eh.
Kaya ng saraw.
Yes, ma'am. Francisco is joining. At saka several po na...
Francisco, saraw.
Meron po mga nasa Bulacan. Hindi naman ho, I mean, I beg to disagree
Yeah,
kay George na hindi naman mamamatay ho yung mga yung mga assemblers natin or yung mga kasama sa programang yan, mag-a-adjust lang naman ho sila. Ngayon, ang maganda ho niyan, dahil ho sa pamamalakad ng BOI at DTI, ay magkakaroon pa ho sila na mas malawak na na kliyente o posibilidad ng kanilang negosyo nila. So hindi naman ho ganoon, yun.
Pero alam nyo, actually, Mr. San Mateo, ganito rin, Nandun tayo na kailangan natin buhayin ang ating lokal na industriya. At nandun ako. Meron tayong mga established na banggit nga yung Saraw, isa sa yung San Francisco, di ba? Pero kailangan din, merong track record. Kasi, just a short anecdote, and from experience, yung asawa ko noon, bumibili ng nung teenager pa siya, ng mga parts, sina-assemble nila yung isang jeep, ano ba yung jeep?
Owner type. Owner type.
Hindi yung owner, yung parang, nako, magagalit sa akin yan, hindi ko man lang alam. Yung parang Wrangler yung itsura, okay? So, bibili mo sa kung saan-saan, di ba? So, bubuuin mo ngayon yun. Kaso sila lang, at saka kung sino man yung mekaniko na kinuha nila, so, minsan talaga nagda-drive, natanggal ang manibela, I'm just saying. Okay? We need a certain standard. Tapos minsan naubusan ng gasolina dahil yung gas gauge ay hindi umaandar. Hindi nila ma-pour yung gasolina dahil flat yung lalagyan yung tangke. So, talagang kailangan reputable firms. Okay? We have to weed out also the ones that are fly-by-night because when you run into trouble or meron kayong aksidente, hindi na naman kayo mabibigyan ng ano ba to, daos? Ano ba tawag doon? Ng danyos? Oo, ng
Danyos,
compensation.
damages.
Okay, so yun po, sir.
Can I act, para makap ko lang po yung So, nabanggit ko yung sa route rationalization dahil marami kasi mga GPs nasa malalaking kalsada under the sa route rationalization. Pace out yan, palit ang mga bus. So, wala yung pupunta ang iba unless doon sa sinasabi ng DOTR na malilikain nila mga bagong routes, no? Para po i-cap lang ito, ma'am, ang position po namin sa piston, no? Unang-una, sabi nga namin, we are not against modernization. I'm sure sasabihin ko na to, magtatalo kami ni Chairman Delgre. Kasi sabihin ni Chairman, delaying tactics na naman ako eh. Ang sabi namin, government no, at least maybe the Senate kung may ano, ma-rescind tong current program. Ma-rescind yung current program. Ma-junk yung current na programa. At magbuo ng bago, no, under a new principle. I mean, any modernization, no, dapat socially just, di ba?
Okay, give me a suggestion. Ano yung mga suggestion mo? Hindi pwedeng fleet? Ano pa?
No, I mean,
Okay, ba't
Opo.
mo bubuwagin? What is
Okay,
your
okay.
biggest objection to this program?
Unang-una, ma'am, yung responsibility ng gobyerno doon sa gasto sa sasakyan. Una, yun ang pinaka-importante. Ngayon, doon sa fleet, yung sinabi ko naman sa fleet, government can start with doon sa existing associations, no, at mag-encourage ng cooperativism at totoong drivers cooperative ba? Ang problem kasi doon sa current program, wala ring garantiya kung yung current o yung mananatili kasi basta may capital kayo yun ang batayan eh. Anyone can come in. Anyone can come in sa industriya basta may kapital. So dito, dihado na kagad yung mga nasa kasalukuyan na maliit ang kapital. Kaya ma'am, yung pinapaklarify ko pa kay Chairman kung talagang LGU yung nagpapatakbo doon sa Tacloban eh. No?
I would like to give you more time, sir.
Ah.
Kaya lang we have the MRT. And I want to
Yes,
ask
ma'am.
Sec Orbos to answer that question. I'm curious. Totoo po ba na LGU ang nagpapatakbo sa Tacloban? At kung hindi,
If not,
sino
sino?
ang may-ari ng
Hindi po.
prangkisa?
Hindi po. I just want to be clear about Tacloban. Before, when those 45 units covering 3 franchises were not yet there, totoo po, 5 buses ang dinideploy ng City of Tacloban. Isang biyahe sa umaga, isang biyahe sa hapon. And I've spoken to a number of those who attended the launching. Sila mismo, yung taga sa resettlement area, naghihintay ng halos 2 oras for a ride. They welcome very much what happened there when we had it launched. Kasi nga, yung sinasabi nating deployment, yung headway po, no? I have to give me about 1 minute, ma'am, or 2 minutes. We have to understand yung demand-driven po na when you look at part of the rationalization study is to determine demand and for that one operator to address that demand so that there would only be one single mine who will run the whole system. Kasi if you have 15 individuals thinking the same way or differently for that matter, wala kayong predictable ride. Eh ngayon, compared to the 2 hours that they have to wait for the bus, alas puno pa, no? 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, I asked the passengers as well as the operator, ang headway nila every 10 minutes umaalis, puno man o hindi. What I'm saying is that when you would be able to determine in a day, you would be able to, times the fare, you would be able to determine your viability. Kasi alam mo, sa hapon there would be peak hours, off-peak hours, in the lunchtime, mahina, and then afternoon, but basically, on that particular route, you would be able to determine how many people will ride. And you would be able to determine your viability. So it is but important on the part of the passengers, kasi wala namang problema sa operator yan. Essentially, wala namang problema. Assured ka na ito yung demand mo, ito yung pamasahe mo, no, on a daily basis. So ibig sabihin, we will now answer the concern of the passenger.
Here's my
May
problem,
sasakyan every 10 minutes po.
Okay, paano ngayon kung biglang yung franchise holder na yon magalit sa gobyerno, mag-strike, di paralisado lahat dahil wala nang ibang options, paano kaya po yun? Kasi alam mo kanina may hearing din kami dun sa isang may-ari ng power distribution sa isang probinsya and they're very incompetent. So, mataas ang presyo ng kuryente, hindi maayos ang distribution. Paano ngayon kung isa lang ang may-ari ng prangkisa doon, di nag-strike yun, nagka-problema kayo?
There are issues like that, obviously, no? But we have to handle it on a more basic framework. This is my way of understanding it now. Because we need to address that particular system. If that is, I would take it as an exception. Obviously, kung maganda yung pamamalakad, maganda yung viability, who would ever want to strike? But if it happens, we will take it as an exception. And therefore, we will have to take it, for example, there would be some operators from other routes who will probably have to take over. That is what we're doing with the bus augmentation. That is what we're doing when there are what we call, ito, parang formalized practice ito. Pag mayroong mga spikes on demand for public transport, Panangbenga, Holy Week, we give out special permits. Ibig sabihin, withdraw other PUVs from other routes para maibsan yung kakulangan on those routes na merong pangangailangan. Pero temporarily lang naman.
Okay, I see that at least you have your contingency in place. But going back to the question, who owns that franchise now in Tacloban? Kung hindi local government.
No, it's not a local government po.
Okay, who?
The one who owns the unit, yung Star 8 po, and then the Star 8 partnered with a local group. I'm sorry, at this point, nakalimutan ko lang yung pangalan. It's a
Okay.
local group na ano.
But did they have to bid for it? Or they just, how were they chosen? I'm sure there are others who were interested.
They were chosen because in the first place, they went around. They presented themselves as one that they would be able to offer the PUVMP. And in fact, I mentioned that to everyone, to all the groups here and to others, na kung sino yung gustong tumulong, you would be able to go there and present yourself there.
Yung
No?
Star 8 naman po, alam mo pwedeng hindi nga naman owned by the LGU, but
Ah, hindi po.
but we know that in certain provinces, ang mga may-ari rin, yung mga nasa may kapangyarihan, sila may pera. Sila ba 'yon? Sila ba yung mga namumuno rin dyan sa probinsya na 'yon?
So far as I know po, hindi po.
Wala namang connection.
Wala naman.
Okay.
Madam Chair,
Pasensya na, kailangan ko na puntahan dito si si Mr. Yumol sa Bicol, no?
Central Luzon po, madam.
Central Luzon, go ahead.
Ay, maraming salamat po, madam, lalo na po sa
Pero may lang
pagkakataon.
kasi 2
Opo.
minutes, 2 minutes kasi kailangan ko na matapos.
Ito naman po para sa amin talaga, ano po. Yung mga sinabi ng mga kasama kanina, lalo na po nung tanongin nyo kung magkano ang subsidy, 80,000. Alam niyo naman po na-create po yung common 146 Commonwealth Act na 1936 pa. Hanggang ngayon po kami nag-develop ng transport. Ano po? Kung titignan po natin yung ayuda na 80,000, napakaliit po. Napakaliit po. Hanggang ngayon 2018, halos siyam na dekada na po nakakalipas, kami po ang nag-improve ng public transport service. Ano po? Ngayon, yung ginagawa po ng IAC ngayon, saludo kami dahil naglabas nga po kami sa anay namin ng memoranda na pag hindi roadworthy, huwag niyong ilabas. Ang nakakalungkot lang po, bakit hindi nila gayahin ng ginagawa po ng ibang LGU katulad ng Angeles City na nagko-conduct sila ng motor vehicle inspection prior po sa pag-issue ng mayor's permit. Kahit wala ka pong prangkisa, kung wala kang mayor's permit, hindi ka makakapag-operate. Ngayon, sa pagko-conduct po ng motor vehicle inspection ng LGU, hindi po kami napipenalize. Iko-correct mo lang. Halimbawa, defective headlight, sa LTO po, ang babayaran mo, 5,000. Wala ka na nga pambili ng kahit 20 pesos lang na bombilya, ipe-penalize ka pa ng 5,000. Bakit hindi nila kami tulungan na mai-correct yung mali namin? Isa pa po example, nung February 7 po, nagkaroon ng consultation meeting sa DOTR Clark, wherein yung isang pumasa po namin na January, ending 1, nakapag-rehistro na, pumasa po sa LTO, bakit nahuli po ng IAC? Ibig sabihin yung ginawa po ng LTO region. Narinig ko po si Jose Corbus kanina na iniimbestigan na, habulin na. Bakit po nung January nakapag-rehistro kami, pumasa po kami sa confirmation ng LTFRB, nagpa-undergo kami ng MBIS, pagdating ng IAC, uli ka pa rin. Ano pong silbi nung pagpaparehistro namin?
Kaya nga, obviously, doon sa pagpaparehistro ninyo, may mga nakakalusot. Imagine, 5,000 para palitan yung, light?
Bombilya po.
E di sabihin ng driver, bibili nila ako ng 20 pero sa'yo itong 1,000. Ako yung LTO. Di ba? That's very tempting. Obviously, arbitrary minsan yung fees. Tama kayo, dapat tulungan nila kayo na i-correct imbis na papatawad kayo bigla-bigla ng penalty. Di ba? So, isa yun sa mga bagay na nag-usap na kami ni Yusek Orbos, pananagutin yung mga nagbigay ng permit na yon pagkatapos kayo mahuli uli nung IAC na na implementation. Obviously, meron silang pagkukulang doon. Pero, totoo ba yon 20 pesos
Opo,
ang pila,
may ebidensya po kami kasi nandun yung IAC sa Pampanga nung last Feb 7, maghapon silang nag-operate. Yung isa pong nahuli namin ng ending 1 na nakapag-register na ng January, gulong po ang penalty niya, kalbo ang gulong. Bakit po pumasa sa LTO nung same ilang araw lang po? Kasi yung bombilya okay lang eh. Pwedeng mapundi outright eh. Pero yung gulong po, it will take 3 to 6 months bago mapudpud yan.
Kaya nga, nasa LTO ang problema. Kaya nga, nagpapasalamat tayo kay Yusek Orbos na talagang paparusahan niya. Yung nagpapalusot niyan kasi nga, hindi ninyo kasalanan eh. Two-way street yan. Natural, kabuhayan nyo yan. Anong pinakamadaling paraan para makuha mo yung permit? Kung 20 pesos lang ang bumbilya na yan, 5,000 ang kanilang penalty, bigyan mo na lang ng 1,000 tapos bilhin mo yung 20 pesos na ano. Baka naman medyo arbitrary din yung fee schedule of penalties. Tignan rin natin yon.
Ma'am, yes. Ang ginagawa po natin ngayon, bigay mo sa akin yung pangalan
Opo,
ng
opo.
lahat po ng nahuli namin, tinitignan na po namin sino yung mga nag-approve na officer. At yan po ay iniimbestigan namin. Meron lang po kami nalaman din na ibang pamamaraan. Pinapalitan, hindi ko sinasabi kayo, meron mo iba, ipapasa nila yung kanilang sasakyan, kompleto lahat, dahil inaarkila lang nila yung gulong sa labas. Tapos pag nakalabas na, ibabalik nila sa dati. So, ma'am, ang sinasabi ko po dito, hindi ho talaga perfecto yung ating yung ating pamamaraan.
Ba't kayo tumatawa? Alam nyo, no?
Baka sila po, baka sila.
Pero kailangan lang ho natin, ang siguro kailangan makita ng ating mga kababayan,
Dadayan mo
ng
yung
ating
sarili mo.
industriya, na talagang seryoso tayo sa ginagawa natin. Maaari magkakamali tayo sa umpisa, maaari may pagkukulang tayo sa umpisa, pero kung mapakita ho natin talaga seryoso tayo dito, at tulad nga sinabi ni George na yun na nga, no? Bakit ganyan dati? Kailangan lang ho natin simulan na ipakita na talaga seryoso po tayo. Kung may pagkukulang kami dito, tatanggapin namin, pero didiretso po namin ito.
Alam mo, sa hirap talaga ng buhay, nagiging creative ang mga Pilipino. Nakakatawa nilang isipin. Minsan, yung patay nga, di ba, nililipat para pwede doon. Iba naman yung pangalan, para doon naman yung sugalan, di ba? Maraming ibang mga paraan. Kaya lang nga, kaya lang syempre, tayo dito ay para ipairal yung batas, pero yung batas naman na makatarungan. Kaya tayo nagpupulong. Okay.
Isa pa po ma'am, last na lang po.
Okay, last na talaga kasi gusto
Ma'am,
ko
yung pong ayuda, inuulit ko po, kung titignan natin 80,000, tapos may MOA pa na ibibigay mo yung lumang jeep mo na scrappage price ang halaga na 20,000. Kung tignan nyo po, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, magmula po 1936, umiiral na po yung pampublikong sasakyan, Trambia, Calesa, hanggang sa na-develop namin. Lahat po ng yan, hindi lang bilyon o hindi lang trilyon ang naipasok namin sa gobyerno nang wala silang naitulong sa amin. Ngayon po, papalitan kami, yung transition, alam naman natin, yung Euro 4 standard, wala ni isa man papasa sa amin. Kasi rebuild lahat ang sasakyan namin, assemble lahat po yan. Kung sabi nga po ni Senador Soto nung last December 11 dito, iyawan ko po kung sino tinanong sa amin, ilang porsyento ang kaya mo kung bibigyan ka ng subsidy? 50%? 70%? Kung ang LGU po, gagamitin lang natin, matutulungan nila kami. Kasi sa ngayon po, hirap na hirap kami. Kung minsan may consultation dito, lalo yung taga-probinsya hindi invited. Pero ang nakakaalam po niyan, kayo po, public servant, hindi po politiko ang tawag ko sa inyo dahil tumutulong talaga kayo. The rest, puro politiko. Kung pupunta kayo sa kanilang probinsya, wala pong kaalam-alam sa modernization yung mga malalayong lugar. Pero kung bibigyan natin sila ng pagkakataon, kaya yung isang councilor namin, na chairman ng Public Utility, nag-privilege speech nung Martes, pinare-revisit niya. May pinaamyenda siya dun sa, matatanggap po ng DOTR niyan, dun sa portion ng DO, Department Order 2017-011, meron po talagang hindi tama. Dati phase out, ngayon, nagano tayo modernization. Pero phase out pa rin po ang dating after 2020. Sana naman kami, nangangarap kami. Negosyo po namin to eh. Magmula po nung mga ninuno namin, ito po yung bread and butter na pinangaral namin sa mga anak ninyo. Wala pa sina sir, wala pa sina chairman. Bigyan nyo lang kami ng tamang ayuda. Wala pong tututol kahit isa. Pero yung 80,000, Hindi po makatwiran yun.
Okay. So, ang sinasabi niyo, kasi gusto kong kunin yung mga tinatawag natin na mga layunin natin, no? So, dito kay Mr. San Mateo, ayaw niya nung parang fleet, no? Yung sa inyo naman, bigyan ng tamang ayuda, hindi lang yung 80,000, magkano sa tingin niyo? Yung magiging...
Actually po ma'am, sagutin ko po yung fleet. Kasalukuyan, nag-exist na po yung fleet management sa amin sa sarili naming inisyatibo. Wala lang tulong sila. Especially local government, tinutulungan kami. Sa amin po, kaya nga po may nangungutang sa amin para lang masustinian yung pag-maintain ng jeep. Nandun po kami, kahit bigyan kami ng 50%, kung 1 milyon yan, bigyan kami ng 50%, kaya na namin. Yung iba, 70%. Hindi naman po sa, siyempre po kami may negosyo nito. Hindi po kami liability ng gobyerno, na tumutulong kami sa gobyerno. Lahat ng tax, binabayaran namin. Kaya nga, pati train law, hirap na hirap kami, hindi kami nagre-request ng per height eh. Wala po silang makikitang nagpetisyon kami para magtaas ng pamasahe.
Sinasabi niyo at least 50%.
At least po, 50%. Kasi kung titignan natin yung on record na naipasok namin pera, yung sinasabi ko po, prangkisa, may confirmation dyan, may supervision fee. Lalo na po yung milyon-milyong penalty ng JAW, yung Joint Administrative Order na pag nahuli ka, break pa lang, 5,000 na. Pero pumapasa sa LTO. Napakalaking pong pera. Saan po napunta yung mga pera na yun? Ba't di tulong sa aming kaysa yung mga mayayamang pasistang kapitalistang bibigyan natin ng pagkakataon kaming mahihirap lalo kang maghihirap. Yung mayayaman po sa modernization program, lalong yayaman
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, yung ginastos natin sa MRT subsidy, napakalaki ha. Imbes na mapunta na sana sa mga, hindi ko sinasabi sa jeep lang, pero yung sa iba. Opo, yun. Yung Dalian trains natin na, ewan ko, 3.8 billion ba? Meron ba tayong pakinabang doon? Wala. Sino ba nakinabang doon? Hindi naman mga Pilipino. Ang mga nakinabang doon, banyaga. Yung sa binayad na natin na 500 million. Pero syempre, meron tayong kasunduan Hindi natin sinisisa si Yusek Orbos dito. Di naman siya pumirma ng Dalian na yan Kaya nga gusto kong panagutin pa yung mga iba na yan dahil pahirap talaga sila sa atin. Okay, naintindihan ko, syempre. Alam mo, managing limited resources tayong lahat. Lahat tayo parang mga anak nitong republika na ito. May kanya-kanya tayong hinanaing. Gusto natin, bakit si ganito, mas marami, ako, wala, ganyan, no? Pero ang realidad, limitado tayo. Pero tama kayo. Nandun sa akin, ang nararamdaman mo, niloloko mo ba kami? 80,000 lang ibibigay mo sa akin? 900,000 ang pinakamura na hindi pa nga yun makatotohanan. Pwede pa nga 1.5, pwedeng 2. Maliit. Okay? Pero subukan natin itaas. Hindi man natin sinasabing sasara natin ang pinto. Pero para sabing 50%, ako na siguro magsasabi ngayon, baka hindi natin makayanan. No? Pero ako'y nagpapasalamat naman sa inyo na sinasabi ninyo na willing naman kayo na to work with it. Ito lang sana yung gusto ninyo. Basta, wala naman kasing pagbabago na madali. Lahat naman ng pagbabago talagang sabi nga ng tatay ko, pag konti ang pera mo, higpitan mo ang sinturon mo. Sa ating mga kababayan na naghihirap na, ang hirap din sabihin yan. Dahil mahigpit na, hindi na rin nakakahinga. Diba? So, basta sa abot ng ating makakaya. Okay, Mr. Valbuena, ano po ba? Meron ba kayong integration ng mga jeep? O
Madam,
Supermalls integrate, ano ba yan?
Grupo po kami, Madam Chair, Madam Senator, magandang hapon po. Kami po yung grupo ng transport na nasa loob po ng mga mall terminals, iba-ibang mall terminals po.
Okay.
So may samahan din po kami doon.
Nag-uusap ba kayo dun sa common terminal, dun sa magiging sa Bulacan ba yon?
Yes, ma'am.
Ano, okay na ba yon?
Ang nangyayari po kasi, Madam Senator, Madam Chair, yung mga intermodal integrated terminals na itinatayo po ngayon, napupunta po sa private sector.
Bakit?
Ang nagpapatakbo, private sector.
Okay.
So nagre-renta po kami ng napakamahal na upa. Na dapat po sa amin, na kaming transport group, ang makikinabang nito, para po dito sa modernization na ito, may tulong po, bukod sa ayuda po ng gobyerno. Ito po, crisis po talaga ito.
Magkano renta nyo?
Ang first lot po, 13,000, 15,000, isang sasakyan lang. A month.
and then advance ng 4 months po ang bayaran.
Ha?
So, ganun po magpatakbo ang mga malls. Hindi ko lang po alam dun sa ibang malls. Pero ito
Wait,
po,
teka muna. Kailangan ka ba talagang nakapark doon?
yes po, ma'am. Yes, madam. Kasi po,
Para magamit
maging
mo yung
maayos po.
intermodal eh?
Para hindi po kami nakakalat sa kalsada, kailangan po namin may saayos yung grupo namin, yung transport group, para po makapagserbisyo po kami ng mas maayos.
Teka muna, ha?
I just want-
Importante point, Chairman Delgra, totoo ba yan? 13,000?
I think the confusion arise when he laid a wrong premise. Yung I hope I understood you well, Madam Senator, when you mentioned about the intermodal integrated terminal exchange.
Excuse me po.
Yung sa Mega Wide and the one in Bulacan.
FTI, di ba?
And the one in
Ito,
FTI.
ang hahawak
Wala
po.
pa po. Ang ibig niya sabihin po, Madam Senator, yung mga nangyayari sa ngayon, kasi sila, they're based on malls, terminals in the malls. Yung mga figures na sinasabi niya, yun na yun. Hindi po kasi-
Madam Chair, excuse
hindi po
me.
ito
Kasi-
Excuse me, Chairman.
Okay, Mr.
Ang
Balbuena.
nagpapatakbo po ng mga malls, STS, ayan. Yung kumontrata po ng mga intermodal, kasama po yung nasa Clark at saka po itong integrated dito sa may coastal, STSI din. Siya po ang nagpapatakbo ng SM Terminals at sila din po ang nangongolekta sa amin ng rentals. So ano po yung inaasahan namin na ipapataw sa aming upa?
Okay.
Kung hindi man po kami papatawan ng malaking upa, kada labas po namin napakalaki. Kung magkano po yung gusto nilang rate na sisingilin sa amin, kada labas, kada pasok, kada pick up ng pasahero, wala po kaming magagawa. Na
Okay.
dapat po, ito po yung bukod sa ayuda ng gobyerno na maitutulong po sa amin, itong collection po namin sa federation namin, association, ito po magagamit po sana namin para tulong po dito sa modernization na ito.
Yung 30,000, napakalaki yun. Pero obviously, you've survived dahil ginagamit nyo ngayon. But I'm not saying that it should be the same way because number one, government na ito, government project, di ba?
pero
So
ang
lupa
magpapatakbo-
na natin yan, di ba? Lupa natin yan. So that's part of the, wala pa naman kayo pinipirma ang kasunduan dito. Wala pa.
Kami po, nilalapitan na kami ng...
Okay, sir, I'm sorry, but that's not binding. Thank you for bringing it up right now. But let's be fair also to each other. Hindi pa yan ang formal agreement with these providers. And I will make sure, okay, you can count on me to make sure with them that it won't be the case. Because number one, lupa yan ng gobyerno. At binigay sa kanila yan ng gobyerno para tayuan. So hindi sila pwedeng mag-charge ng ganun kalaki.
Madam
Okay.
Chair, pwede po ba nakaharap po si Yusek Orbos, kaibigan po natin, at si Chairman Delgra, pwede po ba na ang transport group ang magpatakbo nitong terminal na ito? Itong mga terminals po na ito, para kami ho ang mangangalaga, kami ang magsasaayos, at kami rin po ang bahala kung ano po ang kasunduang gusto ng gobyerno o ng DOTR.
Hindi, kasi ganito po yun. Umpisa pa lang, yan ang sinabi ko. Bakit hindi nandito yung bus lines na Victory, mga iba-iba, na they had a presentation, naalala niyo, Mr. De Luna, na meron na silang plano. For some reason, the last administration did not entertain that. Okay. So ngayon, namuhunan na ang Megawide, mamumuhunan na ang iba pang mga kumpanya para sabihin ninyo na magte-take over kayo ngayon. Wala na sa kamay ko yon because that's already privatized. But there is certainly an agreement between them and the government na the government would be able to, well, I am assuming, sir, is this true, that the government would be able to determine what they charge? Okay, ASEC De Leon.
Actually, for the intermodal terminals, it will be the government who will be the one collecting yung mga terminal fees. So may instructions na coming from the secretary to make sure that the terminal fees that we will collect from the transport operators will not exceed kung ano man yung currently kanilang mga binabayaran sa kanilang mga terminals.
Teka muna, will not exceed, meaning it will remain such, 13,000.
Ay, hindi po. Ang mangyayari po is per entry yung kanilang mga babayaran.
Magkano po yan?
For example, sa FTI, yung mga common na binabayaran ng mga bus companies entering, for example, Araneta, mga 500 pesos per entry. So definitely nakita na agad namin yan is mahal yung singil na ganyan. So government will make sure na hindi ganun kamahal yung sisingilin ng gobyerno for the terminal fees dito sa common terminal
Kasi
na
magkano lang ang
i-develop.
binabayad ng pasahero, di ba? Kung jeep yan, magkano yung jeep? 8 pesos.
Ma'am, katulad po nung amin, SM Mall din po, ano, sorry po sa ganun. Existing po may binabayaran kami.
Ma'am, sir, if I may lang, ma'am, kasi po pinag-uusapan na ho natin, it's a private transaction. No, ma'am, pero dapat din tignan yan, pero hindi ho kami yung, not in this hearing. Tama naman po yan na i-raise nyo kay Senator.
Oo. Actually, I appreciate that they're raising it, but I hope you also respect the time that we have for the other hearing. We need to wrap up soon, pero DOTR, please give us a timeline on modernization.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yung submission. And as we've already agreed upon, I want you to have a regular consultation. Para kasi...
Ma'am, meron po yung, maalala nyo po yung kinumit po namin last year sa inyo, I think November, December. Tuloy-tuloy po kami. Yun nga ho, yung dumating si Mr. Yumul at saka si Kaong.
Yusek,
Oo.
Madam Chair, Madam Chair, may I ask lang. Napanood ko yun yung banatan doon sa Clark. Actually, nagtaka nga ako Ba't nagkaroon ng meeting doon? No? Ito po ang problema, Madam. Every time nagsasalita ang DOTR, binabanatan yung piston. Iniimbita namin yung piston. Hindi lang sila pupunta. I remember Yusek the last time, nag-exchange pa tayo ng numbers Si Asik De Leon, may number ko nga Nagte-text kami. Pero no one among them bothered to invite us doon sa DOTR meeting na yon na kung saan sila nagkano. But nagulat ako, no? May taga-FEDJODAP doon na kaibigan ko nakadalo. Siya nagsabi sa akin na dialogue pala yon, consultation. Kala ko nga lang, pasa Mazda lang yun, tsaka sa staff Yung pala marami, pero tinan niyo, madama, wala kami doon.
If I may,
Yes.
wala ho kaming inimbitahan. It was only based on the discussion made in this chamber. Wala ho kaming sinabi lang ho na, kung maalala nyo po, may dates kaming flinash. At sila na ho yung pumunta ako sa labat. Kung gusto nyo ganun, sa susunod po, I will make sure na ako mismo te-text kita. Personal na ibang...
Ang point ko lang doon, madam, hindi po totoo. Kaya ko lang naman ni-ration Kasi yung laging propaganda na hindi kami sumisipot. No? Well, in fairness kay Chairman Delga, talagang sinipot niya kami sa baba kasi nag-rally kami sa harap ng LTFRB. At pasalamat naman kami kay Chairman. Madam, very short lang to kasi terminal na re-raise Pero hindi to yung private.
Sir, yung mic niyo, pakipindot.
Tatanong ko lang to, ma'am, no? Under the OFG, the modernization program, the document of the modernization program, kailangan yung fleet kumuha ng off-street terminal. Kabilaan. Okay. Sa mata ba ng gobyerno, sa framework, ano ba itong off-street terminal na to? Will this be private? Kasi nakalagay doon, kailangan yung off-street terminal ay may kopya ng lease agreement yung LTFRB na dapat ang co-terminus do sa years of franchise nila. Alam niyo, madam, kaya ako lang na-raise yan kasi nabanggit nila Yumol tsaka ni Mr. Balbuena yung mahal na mga private Actually, yung mga depot depots, no? Ano ba, yung mga membro sa amin sa Piston, doon sa may Novaliches, are paying 40,000. 40,000 na? 100,000 dahil doon sa mga private lot Kasi nga, di ba, bawal mag-terminal sa kalsada. So, jeepney associations are forced to rent private lots. Kasi
For the
walang
fleet,
provided ng pamahalaan.
40,000. For the fleet, hindi naman isang jeep.
Well, yung intermodal siguro doon sa mga
Baka naman
yung...
500 kasi yung jeep na yan. Siyempre, 40,000 or 500. Okay, actually, these are technical aspects, okay? Because we're oversight. It's good that we have at least, an idea of what's going on, but we can't really also get into all the details until you've already, more or less come up with certain policies. Okay, but thank you for bringing it up. At least I will talk to them about it. But we really need an intermodal system kasi kahit sa ibang bansa, kailangan talaga ng isang lugar na maaasahan mo, pagbaba mo dyan, ibang sasakyan mo, meron nakaabang. Hindi yung parang, alam mo ba, nagpunta ako dyan, saan ba yun, yung common station dyan sa Uniwide? Ang hirap kaya, no? Bababa ka pa, may mga basu-basura pa, buti nilinis ni Yusek Orbos. Ibig ko sabihin, let's be a little professional naman. 'Di ba? Parang gusto naman natin mangarap na maging efficient din sa ating mga kababayan. Alam mo, kung maayos ang sistema ng transportasyon, mayaman o mahirap, hindi na kailangan magsasakyan. Bakit naman tayo sasakay pa sa private vehicles natin kung komportable naman at maayos ang ating mga train at pagbaba mo, nandun na. Bakit? Lahat naman tayo, pag pumupunta tayo sa ibang bansa, kahit na may mga sasakyan tayo, nagpa-public tayo dun Aminin ninyo. Oh, pero pagdating dito, kung may sasakyan tayo, we'd rather take our own vehicles. Okay, so, sige, kasi alam mo, baka patayin na ako ng mga magpe-present ng MRT dito.
Sa akin po ay dinidiin ko po na okay kami sa modernization, pero yung part po ng sasakyan, huwag kaming ipilit dun sa tinatawag natin na nakatayo. Yun talagang yun po yung kaya lang. At least hindi naman may mga area na po sila na sinisimulan nila doon sa gusto nila. Ang amin lamang po yung mga maliliit lamang na operator. Tandaan po natin na Madam Chairman, sa bawat isang unit po, 3 pamilya ang nabubuhay. Kaya kung yung pagawaan ang nakikita natin na huwag patayin, mas lalong mamamatay po. Pag hindi humawak ng manibela, walang kakainin.
Yusek Orbos, posible po kaya yon Euro 4 sila, compliant, pero hindi naman kailangan nakatayo kasi parang pag nakita ko nawawala na rin yung itsura ng jeep doon At saka hindi ba tayo pwede kumuha ng mga artist? Kasi alam mo, ako ayoko na mawala yung character ng jeep Kasi kung pipinturahan mo lang yan na isang kulay lang, ang corny naman. That's part also of the attraction of the country. So if we get young artists to draw, I mean, okay, so those are two things. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the aesthetic side Wag na, okay? I digress. Let's go with the nakatayo. Hindi ba pwedeng, dalawang klase?
Ma'am, naset na po kasi yung standards ng Philippine ng DTI, yung PNS. So
Kaya po ma'am, humihingi kami ng dialogo para po ma-revise sana. I-revisit yung...
meron naman po kasi duman po yan sa proseso, talagang
Para
naiintindihan-
makonsulta po sana kami kung ano yung nararapat dito sa lugar na
Hindi
to.
naman yan bendable? Hindi na pwedeng yan? Sir? Kasi kung hindi, parang naman yan?
Department
Bus na
order po
yan
ito, hindi pa naman po siguro ito batas para hindi po natin ito
Madam
maamyendahan.
Senator,
Sir,
there
Mr.
was a
Ko.
process na ginawa ng Department of Trade together with stakeholders bago na desisyonan yun What is envisioned is yun, like for example, kaya nga naging side entry, di ba? Nawala na yung rear entry because of safety issues.
That I can understand.
Yeah.
But the
Tapos
standing,
yung standing naman it's more of a capacity issue. In other words, it's hindi naiiba sa let's say airport shuttle, 'di ba? Pag lumanding.
so pinapayagan silang tumayo na
Oo.
doon. O yun naman pala Kasi kung nakaupo,
yun sa jeepney natin ngayon, syempre imposible naman tumayo, 'di ba?
kasi pinapayagan, wait, no, hindi. Sa jeepney natin ngayon, pinapayagan rin sila sa gitna, pero nakayuko.
Madam Chair, ang airport shuttle po, siyempre limitado po ito Kaya po bago tayo umalis, pinupuno siya. Bukod po dun sa mga nakaupo, kinakailangan may tumayo para ho dun sa isang biyahe, para ma-maximize ho yung biyahe
Kaya
nung-
nila
Hindi
ginawa
ho
na
ito
pwedeng
jeepney.
makatayo. Oo.
Kaya po nila ginawa ito, Madam Chair, na pwedeng nakatayo. So,
Okay.
depende po
Okay. Anyway, ipagpatuloy na lang natin ito muli. Pero sa DOTR, ipangako niyo po sa amin, ASEC De Leon, yung intermodal, yung mga fees. Hindi pwedeng kung ano man yung charge nila ngayon kasi binigyan sila ng permit ng gobyerno Parang tayo yung nagbigay sa kanilang pribileyo na mag-operate niyan. Hindi pwede kung ano yung ginagasta nila ngayon na 15,000 sa mga malls. Kung hindi, questionin ko yan din dito.
Ma'am, related po to sa MRT, tinan nyo. Ang dulo po ng MRT o LRT, mga malls. na dyan po kami rin andyan po lahat, dyan kami nangungupahan. Na,
Okay.
yan po
Noted, sir. You can join in our hearing in a few minutes, ha? Tapos, so yun na muna. Tapos pag-aralan din natin kung alam ko you went through a long vetting process for this, but we can probably have a supplementary decision to look into kung papayagan natin yung ibang sasakyan yung whatever, hindi nakatayo, pero mas mababa ang singil. Ito'y mga pwede ninyong pag-aralan. Sabihin na lang ninyo kung hindi talaga pwede. At the moment, I'll have to suspend for a few minutes kasi ako lang mag-isa dito and I will be back to continue with the MRT hearing. In the meantime, suspended muna yung sa PUV modernization. Thank you. within an hour. Okay. Ito yung mga sasagutin natin ngayon, ha? Para may direksyon ng ating hearing. Yung spare parts status, kung nakakabit na, ano na yung mga dumating. Yung Sumitomo na bang official maintenance provider, yung Dalian trains natin, yung update nung kaso na final sa ombudsman, at sino-sino ang mga nakikita nating kailangan managot dito. At higit sa lahat, kailan gagaan ang buhay ng ating mga MRT commuters. So umpisahan natin, tayo nagpapasalamat sa mga resource persons natin. Nagpalista na rin naman kayo, so kilala na natin. Hindi ko nababanggitin isa-isa. Pero mag-umpisa tayo sa presentasyon ng ating USEC, si TJ Bata ng DOTR. Sir, are you ready with your presentation? Go ahead, please.
Good morning po, Madam Chair. Thank you for inviting us this afternoon. Ma'am, very short presentation lang po. 3 slides for quick background and 5 slides po for the presentation. Okay. Ma'am, I believe you have a copy po of our presentation in printout form, so we will proceed na po. Ma'am, siguro just as a background, we'd like to contextualize yung railway sector po natin doon sa buong Build program ng administration ni Pangulong Duterte. And essentially, ma'am, the reality now, next slide please, is that we only have 77 kilometers of regularly operating railways. Ma'am, the pipeline consists of 1,900 kilometers by 2022. And essentially, the breakdown of that would be the PNR in the Luzon system, the Metro Manila lines, the Visayas lines, which would largely be comprised of yung sa Cebu po natin, and of course, the Mindanao Railway. Next slide, please. Just for a quick breakdown, ma'am, and this is also how we classify our job. Meron po kami dun sa pinakakanan na column nung tinatawag po naming ongoing development or yung mga pinag-aaralan na proyekto. Second column po, ma'am, from the right are those that are already ongoing detailed design as well as those na ongoing bidding po. And yun naman pong third column from the right or second column from the left, yun naman po yung mga under construction already in different stages. And ma'am, yung 77 kilometers po nating sinasabi na operational railway is nandun po sa pinakakaliwa. Now, MRT3 is one of our 4 operating lines with 16.9 kilometers. And ito po yung konteksto niyan. Next slide, please. Currently, ma'am, in Metro Manila, we have lines 1, 2, and 3 operating, and we have PNR operating as well, although offering a very limited service. On this slide, ma'am, nakalatag lahat po ng proyekto natin for Metro Manila. Yung dotted lines po are the ones that are in different stages of implementation. So that just gives us a context po nung railway program po at railway projects and Department of Transportation. Now, next slide, we go to MRT3. Just 3 quick topics po for us to brief Madam Senator. We have a couple slides lang po on the current situation, another 2 slides on the way forward, and a 5th slide po on the bus augmentation program na naririnig na rin po siguro natin na inumpisahan namin noong Pebrero 1. Next slide, please. Ma'am, yung current situation po natin ngayon, we characterize with 3 main thematic areas. Una po, ma'am, maintenance in the last 8 years or 7 years has been difficult because we had a series of short-term service providers. Actually, ma'am, kahit nung nandyan pa po si Sumitomo noong 2010 to 2012, technically speaking po, those are 4 6-month extended contracts. Now, why do we highlight this, ma'am? Because when you have short-term contracts po na disincentivize po yung service provider natin from making the necessary investments to properly maintain the system. So those are investments in people, in spare parts, and in their own equipment.
But they were paid 54 million a month,
Our most recent po, ma'am, was paid 54 million a month.
even at 6 months. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Now, ma'am, another consequence po of the short-term structure is it incentivizes po yung tinatawag namin na running to the ground practices. Na ilalabas mo nga po halimbawa yung trend, pero alam mo po na 2 or 3 taon ka lang dun sa sistema, at the end of the contract period, very lax po yung tinatawag natin na handover condition requirement ng system. Halimbawa po, ang nakalagay lang, dapat yung condition ng system, same level of spare parts, wala po siyang mga requirements at handover that would incentivize na patakbuhin ng maayos yung sistema. So running to the ground po yung tinatawag namin dyan. Ma'am, yung pangalawang item po sa maintenance ay yung paggamit po ng reconditioned at mga hindi po OEM, yung original equipment manufacturer na spare parts. Isa ma'am dun sa mga nakita po namin sa MRT3, halimbawa na lang po sa signaling, meron po tayong ibang mga critical components ng signaling tulad po ng ATP sensor natin as well as yung mga ATP modules po natin na hindi na OEM. Now ma'am, yung system po kasi natin unfortunately is a proprietary system by Bombardier, and we have had discussions po with them, and there are some concerns with using po critical components of the signaling na hindi po galing sa kanila at hindi po nila certify. So that is one issue po. Traction motors din po natin, ma'am, have some of our traction components, instead of being replaced, are just reconditioned. So again po, that would have some impact on reliability. Siguro maaari po na pagkatapos mong mapalitan ng reconditioned na pyesa ay tatakbo po siya, pero not as reliable as it would have been had we replaced them with new spare parts. Third item po, ma'am, under maintenance is yung early track deterioration. Usually po, railway tracks, when properly maintained, can reach a lifespan of 100 years. Ma'am, wala pa pong 20 years yung mga relays natin, and we already have to replace all of them. In fact, ma'am, 1/3, actually less than 1/4 of them have been replaced in 2016, 7,000 linear kilometers. Ngayon po, ma'am, nakaprograma tayong palitan lahat except for yung 7,000 linear kilometers kasi sira po talaga.
Bakit?
Ma'am, it's a function po of maintenance. There's a regular cycle of grinding. There's a regular cycle of fixing your wheels.
So would you say that we started having these problems when we removed Sumitomo initially in 2012 ba?
Ma'am, we couldn't exactly pinpoint po kung
When the
kailan nag-umpisa,
deterioration
but ma'am,
started.
it's in a really deteriorated state.
How long will it take for you to replace all of those
2
wheels?
years, ma'am.
2 years.
2 years po, because our rehabilitation assumption is that we will keep the line running. Meaning po, ma'am, we only have a window during our non-revenue hours at night when we can do this replacement. So yan po, ma'am, yung 3 key items that we wish to highlight po on the maintenance aspect. Ma'am, yung pangalawa pong major bullet is yung underinvestment natin in renewals and upgrades. We always compare, ma'am, a railway system to a car. Para pong kotse na dapat pinapa-tune up mo, pinapa-change oil mo every 1,000 or 5,000 kilometers. Yung mga components po na kahit na anong sistema ng relays ay meron din pong regular upgrade or overhaul cycle. I'll just give 2 examples, ma'am, which are actually 2 of our biggest issues. Yung mga bagon po natin are by design supposed to be overhauled every 8 years. Yung first round po ng overhaul noong 2007 to 2009 was completed by Sumitomo and their partner Mitsubishi Heavy. Kung bibilangin po natin yung 8 taon mula po noong 2008, due na po dapat ang overhaul natin nitong 2016, late na rin po yung 2017. Now, part po ng kontrata ng previous natin na maintenance service provider ay yung pag-overhaul po ng 43 out of our 72 LRVs. As of November 2017, when we took over, base na rin po doon sa general overhaul schedule that was provided by them, dapat naka-26 na po sila, 3 lang po yung natapos. So yun po yung sa 43 na mga bagon out of 72. Doon naman po sa 29 kasi hindi ko po alam kung bakit hindi na lang nilahat sa isang kontrata. But meron pong balancing 29 na mga bagon na ang plano naman po dapat is ang mag-overhaul is separate contract. And unfortunately, ma'am, meron pong consultant na kinuha ang MRT3 back then na hindi po natapos yung pag-prepare ng terms of reference and ng budget for the 29 na mga bagon. Hindi po kasi madali gumawa ng terms of reference para po sa mga bagon kasi each bagon po iba yung problema. So, masinsinan po yung prosesong kinakailangan para po talaga ma-define kung ano yung extent of overhaul na kinakailangan. So, hindi rin po na-overhaul yung 29. So, overdue na po talaga yung buong fleet natin for overhaul. Yung sa signaling naman po, that is usually upgraded every 10 to 15 years following international best practice. Kung bibilangin po natin yan mula nung nag-umpisa tayong tumakbo noong taong 2000, dapat po by 2015 ay napalitan na rin po natin yan. And finally po ma'am, yung tinatawag namin na fragmentation dun sa pamamaraan kung paano natin itinayo, ini-operate, mini-maintain yung ating riles, very fragmented po talaga. For example, ma'am, yung tinatawag po na yung claim of ownership po ni MRTC, tayo po ay nagbabayad ng renta kasalukuyan po $12 million per month. So, nagbabayad po tayo ng $12 million per month as rental para po doon sa MRT3. Operations po, ma'am, ang nag-handle po ay tayo through DOTR MRT3.
Hanggang kailan yung kasunduan na yan with MRTC ba?
Yes, ma'am. 2025 po. Ma'am, magsi-step up pa po siya ng 12.5 million by next year.
Okay.
Operations po, ma'am, average po since 2014, ang budget po natin dyan ay 1 billion pesos every year. So, kung mapapansin niyo po, ma'am, sa budget, 3 linya po dyan ang nakaukol sa MRT3. Una po yung tinatawag nating subsidy. Yan po yung binabayad sa
Magkano yung subsidy?
Yun po, ma'am, yung $12 million per month. Yun
Okay.
po yung renta. Yung pangalawang linya naman po natin sa budget na nakaukol po sa MRT3, yan po yung tinatawag natin na operations and maintenance for MRT3 na line
Magkano yun?
item.
1
Average po, ma'am, 1.8 billion from GAA 2014 to 2017. In 2018 po, nasa 1.7 billion. Pagkatapos po, ma'am, yung rehabilitation and capacity expansion naman po, ito yung pangatlong linya natin sa GAA. From 2014 po to 2017, that's a total of 6.3 billion pesos. This covers po so many different contracts. I think po the count is at 20 or 30 different rehab and capex contracts. So iba-ibang kontrata, iba-ibang contractor, iba-ibang supplier. So ito po yung tinatawag namin na very fragmented way that we have operated, maintained, to a certain extent, tried to rehabilitate the system in the last few years.
Okay, so just to recap, 1.8 average billion per year for maintenance and operation, about $12 million per month on subsidy alone, which is the biggest
Yes, ma'am.
part of the budget, and 6.3 billion for the rehabilitation of about 20, which involves 20 to 30 contracts.
Tama po, ma'am.
Bakit? Ba't tayo ganitong klaseng ano? Ganito ba talaga?
Ma'am, mahirap po pag ganito. At siguro
Okay.
po, ma'am, nakikita na po natin yung consequence po nung ganitong klaseng approach dahil hindi lang po magkatugma halimbawa yung isang kontrata in terms of implementation, ma-delay yung isang kontrata, mag-fail yung bid sa isa, wala na po yung buong programa. So, yun po yung isa sa difficulties natin. Ma'am, by the way po, wala pa po dun yung 4.5 billion para dun sa bagong mga bagon. Kasi kasama po yun sa CAPEX sa...
bigyan mo ako ng isang example ng 6.3 billion. Ano doon? Like, give me an example of the 20 or 30 contracts. Kanino?
Okay, ma'am. Ganito po. Ma'am, actually, we shared po a copy of all of the rehab contracts since 2014. Pakibigay na. Okay, so halimbawa po ma'am, 50 million for the elevators and escalators, that's a separate contract. The road rail vehicle is a separate contract, 55 million. Rail grinding, yun ma'am siguro okay lang kasi supply lang yun eh. Halimbawa ma'am, yung repair natin ng wheel lathe machine is a 520 million.
Sige.
Ma'am,
Okay na. I just wanted to get an idea what it is. All right. Let's go back to the main questions here. Kasi if we can answer this, sa mga spare parts, yung mga main spare parts that are vital to the proper and timely operations of the trains, have those parts arrived?
Ma'am, we'll forward to slide 8, please. Previous slide lang. Okay. Previous, okay. So ma'am, not all spare parts have arrived, ma'am, to answer po the question. I'll hand over, ma'am, to our Director for Operations in a bit, but I will just give a broad intro po on this. Since we took over po, ma'am, last November 6 of 2017, we established a special bids and awards committee for the fast-track procurement of the spare parts that we need to gradually restore po yung mga tren. As of December 29 of 2017, we have completed po the procurement of our first batch of spare parts. The delivery lead time po for that first batch is 30 days to 6 months. We have already submitted also po yung aging ng delivery schedule natin. And nag-umpisa na po yung dumating ngayong February. Sa kasalukuyan po, ma'am, today we have on average 7 running trains. Ang projection po namin is so long as wala pong mag-down na additional train for the rest of February, we will have spare parts arriving that would allow us to bring the number of trains back to 10 ngayon pong end of February. Ma'am, our Director for Operations will expound a little more.
Pero okay, normally, on peak hours, we need what, 13?
Ma'am, 20 po.
Kulang
Back
nga
one
po
slide,
eh.
isa lang.
So sa ngayon 10 pa lang tayo. We're hoping
Yes.
by Feb,
Yes.
right? By the end of Feb or
By the end of February, ma'am.
okay, and then
And then ang target po natin, ma'am, is to get back to 15 after po the 3.5 days shutdown that we do pagka Holy Week po.
okay. Okay. All right.
Ma'am, there are 3 major classifications po siguro nung spare parts that we have been procuring to date. Una po is yung first batch na tinatawag namin, which is really a varied, iba-ibang klase pong spare parts. We have also already submitted po a list of all of those. Yung pangalawa po, which is major, is yung related po sa signaling natin. One of our top 3 causes po for failure incidents are signaling related. Last July 2017, we invited our OEM signaling supplier, Bombardier, to do po a system audit on MRT3. Based on their system audit, there were 2 major conclusions. Number 1, yung nasabi ko nga po kanina na meron pong mga components ang signaling system natin na hindi na po OEM. Yung iba po meron pang modifications na hindi po nila maintindihan kung paano po ginawa. And number 2, we really need to stock up on spare parts for signaling, and there's a lot of signaling subcomponents that needs restoration. So noong February 6 po, ma'am, we already signed an agreement with Bombardier. They will come back with 2 contracts. Contract number 1 po would be a restock of all of the OEM signaling spare parts that we need. And contract number 2 po would be a maintenance contract. It's not just a maintenance, a restoration. They will restore our signaling to a more reliable state.
I'm sorry, Yusek. When will the signaling system arrive from Bombardier?
Ma'am, the spare parts po ang request mo nila is 7 weeks sa kontrata. Pero ma'am, we ask them po na as the spare parts become available, paki-deliver na. Kasi ma'am, meron pong spare parts, signaling lang po, merong signaling spare parts na available off the shelf in some warehouse of Bombardier somewhere around the world. Meron pong signaling spare parts na hindi, actually, ma'am, nag-favor na lang kami. Ipo-pull out po nila from committed orders. So, they have to work on that po. Kasi ma'am, yung iba po nilang kliyente, hindi naman, mapapakiusapan naman daw po. Kasi hindi ganun ka-urgent
Oo,
yung...
kasi may stock sila siguro.
hindi tulad
Tayo, wala.
Hindi tulad natin, ma'am. And yung pangatlo...
Magkano yung signaling system? I'm just curious. For a full signaling system, not just components of it or parts of it.
Ma'am, one figure that we've seen in yun pong rehab works natin, umaabot po siya ng $400 million just for the upgrade.
For one signaling system?
Yes, ma'am.
How many do you need?
Ay, ma'am, that's the entire system po. For everything, ma'am.
$400 million?
Yes, ma'am.
Ilan yun sa billion pesos? 4 times 50?
Ay, sorry.
No, 400
Sorry, ma'am,
million
mali.
pesos.
400 million pesos for upgrade.
Sabi ko, teka muna, talo na yung national
Sorry, ma'am.
budget natin. I'm like,
400
namutla ako
million
doon for a
pesos po.
second.
For upgrade
okay.
po, for upgrade.
Okay, 400 million
Yes,
pesos for the entire. Okay, so we're talking about a little less than $10 million.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Kaya pa yon.
Yes.
Pero ano lang. Pero kailan matatapos lahat itong signaling system upgrade?
Ma'am,
7 weeks.
Hindi ma'am, delivery pa lang po yun.
Delivery pa
Opo,
yun.
delivery
So-
pa lang po yun. Umpisa pa lang po actually ng delivery ng spare parts. 7 weeks po yung request nila for everything. Tapos po, once the spare parts start coming in, so yun po yung una nilang kontrata, supply of spare parts. Yung pangalawa po nilang kontrata is yung restoration and maintenance po. So, ang hinihingi po nila is 6 months to bring the reliability back up.
So we're talking for 7 weeks or less.
Yes.
But totally 6 months.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So dun muna tayo. Tatanungin, I'll get my checklist out of the way. Then we can go back to if you have anything else to add. So the spare parts have arrived but in increments. Meron nga isang Facebook na tawa ko kasi ang pinakitang parts yung mga dumating na pang maintenance yung WD-40. Hindi naman siguro. Kita mo
Hindi
yun?
mama dumadating na pong bearings tsaka mga axle, mga pinions po.
Hindi naman yon. Pag mga ganon, wag naman ninyo pakunan na ng litrato yon. Okay. Tayo lang yung natatawa na dito kasi parang it's the hopelessness of the situation sometimes, no? Okay. So spare parts, then Sumitomo. Ano na sabi ng Sumitomo? Yes, nililigawan niyo pa rin kasi inayawan ninyo noon so scorned yan So ngayon, did they agree to finally be our maintenance provider?
Ma'am, with the help of the government in Japan and a lot of efforts po to negotiate at a diplomatic level by the secretary, Japan po is already helping us. Last January 9 po, we already exchanged note verbals between the two governments. The system audit by JICA engineers is ongoing. Nag-umpisa po yan noong February 1. And 150 engineers po are coming in and out of the MRT3 to assess everything po that we need to fully restore the system to its design capacity.
Yusek, we need visuals, no? I mean, you saying 150 engineers. Are they mostly Japanese, Filipinos?
Combined po ma'am, mostly Filipinos.
Dapat, mostly.
Yes, ma'am.
Galing dito sa Pilipinas?
Yes, ma'am.
Meron pala tayo, pero Japan pa is the one getting them. How come?
Ma'am, if you would recall, ma'am, nung nandito po si Sumitomo for the first 12 years, they also had their own team.
So where are
of
those
railway
engineers now deployed? If they were here the whole time, why didn't we get them before?
Ma'am, good question.
Kung saan-saan lang sila.
not
Okay, you need to take pictures and show us.
Sige po, ma'am.
Na
Ma'am,
yung mga engineer ninyo, ha?
napansin po namin yung number kasi they submitted a request for passes. Nung una po, we were expecting only 50 engineers. That was the initial discussion. But when they submitted their request for passes to the system, 150 po yung nakalistang mga.
Wow. Okay, now, with Sumitomo, just for the record, they haven't, it's just a note verbal for now.
Yes, by their
They're
government.
doing an audit, at which time, after they come up with an analysis of the situation, will they actually commit? When are they giving themselves?
March
Until?
15, ma'am.
Huh?
March 15 is the deadline for them to submit their audit report.
How
For
about
the
the
ano po ma'am,
commitment?
the system audit po will finish by March 15. After we know what needs to be done, then we are going to go to the next step po. We are going to negotiate and finalize the terms of the official development assistance and the appointment process for the service provider.
Ano to, ODA?
ODA po to ma'am.
So government to government na
Yes,
to?
ma'am.
Okay.
The
Alright.
Japanese government has
So-
their goodwill and track record at stake in restoring MRTs.
Okay, so realistically, if we receive the systems audit from Sumitomo March 15, we're looking at by April, you will probably have an idea when you will be signing finally an agreement with Sumitomo. All right, next question. Dalian Trains. You had your test this morning.
Yes.
For what purpose is this? Di ba sinabi nga mabigat? Tapos yung ating release na medyo may problemado na, ano ba tawag dito? You risked running those trains there? O, paano yun?
Ma'am, the testing, yung pagpatakbo po ng Dalian, actually yesterday po ma'am and today and baka po a few more times in the next few days, are part po of the audit and assessment being done by TUV Rhineland on the Dalian trains. So part po, kasi ma'am, actually TUV Rhineland po, ang coverage nila is not just the Dalian trains, it's the entire MRT3 system. So they just really have to go through all of the motions, all of the steps, all of the checklists para po talaga comprehensive yung audit assessment report that they will issue.
Okay. When will they come up with their analysis or their conclusions?
Ma'am, the TUV Rhineland contract has a 3-month period. They started po last January 3 and they should be done po by the end of March. Yung sa Dalian Trains po, nag-request kami sa kanila, although meron po kasi silang strict audit procedures na sinusunod, but we requested if pwede pong mauna sana. So we're working on that.
Okay. Yeah, but you've already been testing those trains, right? Okay. Here's my question. Umpisa pa lang, mabigat na yon. Okay. Common sense naman for Rhineland, di ba? Why are you even going to risk trying those already considered to be overweight trains on our tracks that supposedly cannot accommodate that weight? Why? Why did we allow them to do that?
Ma'am, part po of what they're looking at are the computations behind the overweight issue.
Hindi ba pwedeng bago mo ipatong sa rail, timbangin mo muna? O this over na to. Mr. Bakar, are you in the private sector?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's your analysis on this?
First of all, thank you, Madam Chair. I'm Roel Bakar of CBNT. We're not presently, we do not have any contracts with government.
You used to, right?
We used to have a contract, but we're here as resource. So we are here to explain on the weight issue of the Dalian trains. As we know of, we made comparison with the manuals of the previous trains because we are familiar with the trains before. And maybe my colleague here, Mr. Rolf Pierre, can explain on the weight issues of the Dalian trains. Sir.
Excuse me lang para we're the topic.
Okay, about the weight issue, the description of the Department of Transportation for 2000 says that this train has to have an axle weight of 8.5 to 10 tons. Also not exceeding 10 tons. So I do not know where the terms comes from that the Dalian should be too heavy. I have never seen any weight from the Dalian. But
Is
then,
this true? What is the weight of the Dalian train when you received it?
Ma'am, at AW0 condition, it's at 49 tons. That means the unladen or yung wala pong laman na weight. Dry weight.
49 tons?
49 tons.
So 30 tons overweight?
Ma'am, that's the weight of the entire train. I think po what
that's the empty weight.
Yes, that's the
That's
empty
the
weight
total
of the
empty weight.
entire
That's
train.
correct.
What our resource person is referring to is the axle weight.
No. The axle weight is part of it. But this is the things what I was looking for, what you mentioned now. The 49 tons total weight, okay? Now, when you divide this 49 tons by 8 axles, then you get the axle load for the empty car. So we are far away from an overloaded car. Then the car is still empty.
Let me go back, okay? I need to clarify this. I think I
Wait.
have.
Wait. Give me some time.
Can you tell me what you have here? Kasi meron din ako dito. Okay, sandali ah. Dami na kasing notes eh, kung ilan yung na-overweight dito eh. What information do you have?
Madam Chair.
Ma'am,
If
based on our terms of reference, the AW0 or the dry weight has to be 46.3 tons. Based on the delivered weight, it is 49.7 tons.
Right. The contract requires 46.3 kilogram weight per coach. Per coach. Okay? That's what the contract
Empty
stipulates.
coach.
Empty coach, yes
Empty
sir.
coach.
Of course, we can't really determine like how heavy these people will be, just an average, no? The 48 delivered coaches are 49.6 kilograms each already. So you have about 3,000 kilograms in overweight.
That's correct. Now we have where it comes from. But this is not a termination or a definition of overweight of a loaded train concerning the tracks he's running on it. Okay?
So you're saying, sir, that it will also depend on the capacity of the train.
Correct.
Right, but then you'd always want to assume full capacity at the maximum.
I have it here.
Okay.
The weight is declared from the Department of Transportation to Dalian, and there they're requesting 394 passenger per vehicle. That means, wait. No, that means they're requesting a load capacity of 8 people per square meter by 65 kilo of weight. Can you people please imagine how you put 8 people, 65 kilos in 1 square meter?
Have you ridden in one of our trains lately? I mean, okay, I would
Okay,
rather err on the side of being cautious about this and to have like cram as many people. I mean, in
Correct, but-
Japan, you actually kick these people inside so they can fit. So,
Correct.
okay,
There we are.
Right.
With these numbers, we exactly by these kicking procedures in Japan.
Right.
We exactly there. Now, when we go to the weight of this, 394 times 65, that is 25 tons and 600 kilo. When we adding this up now, with this 49.6 tons from the empty vehicle, then we get 75.2 tons. Okay?
okay,
When
sir.
we dividing now the 75.2 tons by axle, then we are way within the limit as required from the DOTR for the axle load for the truck. We're coming to an axle load of only 9.4 tons. And
Okay.
the track system is designed for 10 tons. So where is the problem for overload?
Can you explain this to us in terms what he's saying now, that when you, this is from I understand this from the layman's point of view, okay? That if you consider the passengers and all the other things, then it will still fall within the limits that are provided for our tracks. Is that what what he's saying, Mr. Hoxon? You were nodding. So you agreed with him. Explain to me why you agree. And what is your position in the MRT, sir?
I'm with GM Garcia, ma'am.
You are with who?
As
As what? Are you an engineer, a lawyer?
I'm the head executive assistant of GM Garcia.
Okay, sir. Maybe somebody with the expertise to be able to understand. Because my point is, okay, maybe in the end, they will be compliant with all of these things put together. But the point is, they've already violated one provision of the contract. That in itself, whether it is filled with people or not, that was the requirement for each coach on the train, correct? So they've already violated that. I don't know why we are wasting time with this, having to run it still. Sinabi nga niyo, pudpud na yung mga riles natin, patakbo pa tayo ng patakbo. But I know, I've also heard in informal talks that if we want to file a case against them, we just have to follow the protocols and deal with Rhineland. Okay.
We Rhineland.
Is that the reason why we're humoring them?
We
to
are
do this?
waiting for their independent assessment of trains, ma'am, and part of it could be towards that end.
Okay. Well, anyway, this is how about Engineer Santiago, what's your opinion on this? Mabigat na yung train, hindi wala pang tao, pero sinasabi nitong technical consultant, if you consider the number of people that can humanly possible fit in the train, we can still fall within the required weight standard. Do you agree with that? If the contract says already this is
I
what
think
it should be?
the consultant was transferring the total train weight into the force on the wheels, so that's why he calculated the number of axle load. And he was saying, in effect, if I understood it correctly, based on the load on the wheels or the axle, it's not overweight. Is that correct? But based on the specs of the OTR on the entire train or every car, it exceeds the specifications.
Okay. No, sir. No, I understand what you're trying to clarify. We appreciate it. Also, this point of view. On the other hand, the important thing for me, and for most of us here, is number one, we find a solution to our problem now, and we need to be able to use those trains soon. Number two, that the passengers are safe. And number three, that the government is not shortchanged. Okay. Having said those, I think that, kasi puro na lang tayo pag-aaral, test, tapos biglang pagkatapos niyan, wala din naman, nade-delay pa lalo. Alam mo, this is just the tip of the iceberg. After they fail those tests, we will have to order again. After litigating, okay, so simultaneously litigating and then ordering a new batch of trains. If they say, no, we can do something about it, let's say Rhineland decides, no, we can do something about it, we still have to be able to, and I heard this also informally, do something about it to push. I'm not an engineer, pero may gagawin tayo dyan para makayanan yung mga ano na yan. So, another point of delay. So right now, what we're saying is, Rhineland will come up with their decision by when?
Ma'am, by the end of March for the entire system, but we are pushing to get their even preliminary evaluation on just the Dalian trains by the end of this month.
Okay, here's my question. Let's say they say, okay, in Dalian, okay, Dalian can work on those tracks and you're not going to be in any danger. So we'll accept it, right? How long will it take for us to be able to use those? How many and when?
Ma'am, my understanding is we can, assuming ma'am, we don't want to preempt the audit, but assuming that it can be cleared without condition, because it's one thing to be cleared without condition and to be cleared without condition. If they clear it without condition, then we can use them right away.
Right away. So, ang dami bigla nun, di ba? Okay. I'd like to acknowledge and thank Senator Angara. Thank you. Finally, legal na tong hearing na may court. Alright. So, balitaan nyo kami. Because that will make a remarked difference if finally we can utilize those trains. I mean, I am not praying for the failure of these trains. In fact, I'm one of the ones who would want to see it utilized, but of course not at the expense of the safety of our passengers, and I would agree. Now, we will go to the, I guess, the crux of the matter, the important part here, the update on the ombudsman case. Okay, dito na siguro papasok yung bayan, or did you want to add something to the discussions earlier?
Well, ano po, may idadagdag din po kami. Although, we'd like to put on record that Bayan, Tren, different commuter groups filed a complaint before the Office of the Ombudsman last November. At hinihintay na po namin, dahil ang understanding namin after the submission ng reply namin, it's now submitted for resolution. So, hopefully in the coming months, magkaroon na po ng linaw yung kinaabutan po nung kaso.
Ano ba yung kaso ninyo ng November? Ano yung graft, plunder?
Graft po yung sa amin, tsaka yung sa procurement laws.
So, sino yung mga kinasuhan niyo doon?
Ang kasama ko sa mga respondents doon ay sina Secretary Abaya, ilang mga opisyal ng DOTC nung panahon niya, at kasama po yung Buri.
Okay.
Pero,
you have anything to add?
Karagdagan lang po, ma'am. Kasi I have been listening to the DOTR, no? Batid po siguro ng komite na kaninang umaga, may mga pasahero na naman ng MRT na naglakad sa Riles, no? And this was happening even before 7 a.m. Bago mag-alas 7 ng umaga, may mga commuters na naglalakad sa Riles ng MRT. At hanggang ngayon po, sa tinatakbo ng hearing, wala ho tayong narinig na pag-ako ng responsibilidad mula sa DOTR. Wala hong paghingi ng paumanhin sa mga commuters, walang pag-ako ng responsibilidad. Kasi po ang maintenance po ng MRT ngayon ay DOTR na eh. Hindi na po nila pwedeng ituro ang Buri kasi tinerminate na po nila yung kontrata. Ngayon, para din po sa kabatiran ng komite, ang DOTR po pumasok sa ilang negotiated procurements bago matapos ang taong 2017. December 29, 7.3 million spare parts for tracks. December 29, 8.6 million for rolling stocks. December 29, 1.98 million for bearings. December 29, 2.8 million various spare parts. December 27, 6.4 million various spare parts. December 19, 45.3 million independent audit, yung binabanggit po kanina. Ito po, ako na po ng gobyerno to at pera ng taong bayan po yung ginagamit para sa mga negotiated procurements na to. At syempre, ang mga commuters at taxpayers gustong makakita ng resulta doon sa anong nangyayari sa ating pera.
Pero alam nyo, Mr. Reyes, syempre December yan, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Magka-holiday rin. Kaya medyo na-late
Ito
na
po,
rin.
no, kahapon po, yung Monday, no, tumirik po yung tren, bine-blame nila electrical failure. October 7, 2016, the DOTR through Secretary Tugade awarded a contract worth 827 million for the upgrade of ancillary systems. So medyo mahaba-habang panahon to, 827 million pesos worth ng kontrata para ayusin yung electrical system.
Kanina binigayan?
Nandun po sa sa website po nila.
So natanggap na yan to upgrade the electrical system?
That was 2016. According to the records of the MRT, binigay po sa Asia Phil. Nasa website naman po nila yan. So, kumbaga may sapat na panahon na mula noong inaward yung kontratang ito para din ho makakita ng resulta na hindi na po pumapalpak yung electrical system ng MRT3 pero hindi po natin yun narinig mula sa report ng DOTR.
Negotiated procurement din ba to? Negotiated contract yung sa Asia Phil?
Nirebid po nila yung sa Asia Phil. Siguro ho, magandang magkaroon din ng update matapos yung awarding ng kontrata at implementation nito kung bakit patuloy pa hong nakakaranas ng electrical failures yung ating tren.
Oo nga. Di ba itong Asia Phil, yan din yung contractor ng Clark Development Corporation? Oo. So, kakilala na ni Secretary Tugade yan. Nung panahon niya yan.
Malamang po.
May mga nag-bid ba o isa lang?
Ang nakita po namin kasi sa records ng MRT3
Nag-grant na.
yung nag-grant na yung rebid para dun sa ancillary services. Bukod pa ho doon sa mga inaward na at yung mga tinatanong natin kung paano nagamit yung pera ng bayan, ang isa hong tanong din namin, paano ho ba talaga gumagana yung maintenance transition team? Who is on top of it? Sino ho yung dapat nananagot tuwing merong pumapalya? Hindi po kasi malinaw kanina doon sa ulat. Ang information namin, marami po dyan ay dati rin pong mga engineers at technicians ng Busan. They brought in senior engineers from LRTA at the start, pero binalik din nila sa LRTA. Sino po ang nangunguna at responsable doon sa maintenance transition team? Pangalawa po, sa question of leadership, no? Ano ho ang nagiging papel ng DOTR Secretary every time na mayroong tumitirik na tren? Our information is that for the entire year of 2017, the DOTR Secretary did not visit the MRT3 depot. Hindi hands-on na tumitingin doon sa kalagayan ng ating mga tren.
Sino to? Si Secretary?
Secretary Tugade.
Hindi niya pinupuntahan?
For the entire year of 2017,
Sabi niya,
the report...
incognito daw siya eh. Talaga, naka-cap daw. Oh. Okay.
Ang hinihingi po dito sana yung hands-on nilang pagtugon dun sa problema dahil nga araw-araw po tumitirik ho yung tren eh. So kinakailangan po siguro dito mula sa secretary meron ng pagtingin. Nasaan din po ang MRT3 General Manager tuwing may aberya. No, hindi po din natin siya naririnig masyado at nakikita nagpapaliwanag ng kalagayan ng train system natin sa araw-araw na nagkakaroon din ng aberya.
Sino ang general manager? Garcia, di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Nakakaintindi ba siya?
Yes naman po.
Sinabi niya okay yung Dalian train, di ba? Hindi, pero ito yung sinasabi natin. May punto rin si Mr. Reyes dito. Kailangan natin yung marunong ng mga technical na aspeto nitong mga pinapatakbo natin kasi kung puro magaling ka nga sa isang bagay pero hindi naman yan ang dapat mong pag-ukulan ng pansin, paano magiging maayos ang pagpapatakbo ng train na nga natin. Teka muna sir, actually yung Busan kasi marami pang ibang issue dito bago natin tapusin.
Meron lang, maikli lang pong
Sige.
karagdagan lang po. No? Kanina po kasi nabanggit yung equity rental payments, may $12 million kada taon. We would like to know officially anong stand ng DOTR kaugnay ng equity rental payments na yon. Tingin nyo ba yun ay labis-labis, it is unjust? Was this born out of an onerous contract na hindi na ho nararapat? Kasi kung tingin nyo may problema, yung sobrang laking binabayad natin, dapat merong gawing hakbang. Karagdagan po at kaugnay noon, ang kontrata po supposedly ay matatapos na nga sa 2025. No? So 7 years na lang po itong kontratang ito sa MRT3 at ibibigay na sa gobyerno yung pag-aari ng riles, lahat ng struktura dyan, turn over na po yan sa gobyerno based sa terms ng BLT. Ang tanong din po namin, ano pong ginagawang paghahanda ng gobyerno sa ganong eventuality? Kasi matatapos din ho yung kontrata eh. So ibibigay na po sa gobyerno everything, you know? Mga poste, mga riles, lahat po yan. So pag nasa gobyerno na yan, anong gagawin po natin dyan? Hindi ho ba natin dapat pinaghahandaan yan ngayon pa lang para magkaroon tayo ng long-term plan at proposal kung anong gagawin ng gobyerno pag nasa atin na ang pag-aari ng tren?
Tama ka rin doon. Di ba meron ng proposal ng Metro Pacific na i-take over at i-privatize na yan? They will assume all of the liabilities if Correct. But of course, they'll be subject to regulation also that they can't hike. I think this is something that we should seriously also look into. But before that, I think, sorry kasi magsa-start na kami. Pangako ko sa ating mga kababayan dahil kayo ay nag-file na ng kaso sa ombudsman. 'Di ba? December lang ninyo na-file, kaya hindi masyadong napansin ng taong bayan ano yung mga final ninyo. Pakisabi, ano ba yung final ninyo at sino ang mga respondents doon?
Okay. Ma'am, yung nai-file po na kaso ay both for plunder and violation of our Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. Ang mga respondents po natin doon, ma'am, from the former DOTC, si Secretary Junabaya, Yusek Lopez, Yusek Lemcauco, Yusek Gonzalez, GM Buenafe, Asek Alcaraz, the relevant members po of the BAC, officers and stockholders of Buri, and members po of the GPPB. Yun po yung mga respondents dun sa mga kaso na yun. Status po, ma'am, the different respondents have filed their counter
Yun
affidavit.
lang ba? Parang kulang pa. Meron ka pang iba, di ba?
Ma'am, sa GPPB po marami. Mar Rojas, Secretary Abad, Purisima, Petilia,
Anong GPPB?
the Government Procurement Board po, ma'am.
Okay. So marami sila.
Yes, ma'am.
Pero yung problema, di ba, may mga chismis na hindi sila nag-attend ng board meeting. Pero sasabihin, ipirma mo na lang ako. Yun ba ay paramount na dapat ikaw ay managot rin?
Ma'am, I hope you don't mind if I limit my comments
Okay,
on that
okay.
case.
No, so that's fine. So all of them, not just one particular group, are plunder ang kaso, hindi lamang graft. Okay. Anong status ngayon? Kasama ba dyan yung Buri?
Yes,
Hindi.
ma'am.
Kasama, okay. Anong status ngayon sa ombudsman?
Ma'am, nag-file na po ng counter affidavits yung mga respondents and ang gagawin po ng legal department ng DOTR is to file a consolidated na reply po doon sa mga counter affidavits na yun.
So when will you be able to, well, hopefully if the ombudsman decides that the case will prosper, when are you looking at this, what is the timeline for this case to actually be heard?
Ma'am, I'm sorry po. Wala po kasi yung
May
lawyers
abogado
namin.
tayo dito. Baka may
I mean,
tanong
not within their command because it's the ombudsman who will set the hearings, Madam Chair, no? Madam Chair, is it possible to ask a few questions? Can we ask, what is the subsidy, the total subsidy for 2017 for the MRT3 and for the whole MRT-LRT system?
Sir, for 2017, looking po at the three MRT3 sub-items. Sir, hold on po. I'll just quickly,
So just a ballpark figure, like 2016, magkano ang ginastos ng taong bayan para patakbuhin yung MRT at para i-subsidize yung ticket ng ating mga kababayan?
Sir, para po doon sa operations, meron po tayong 1.5 billion pesos.
Okay.
Para po doon sa subsidy, yung renta po natin, 4.8 billion pesos.
Maybe just one figure for operations and how much is for the ticket subsidy?
Sir, it would be this combined. Tatlong line items po kasi ang MRT3 sa
sige.
budget. Unang line item po yung equity rental payments natin, which was 4.8 billion pesos in 2017. Yun pong operational budget po natin, which is 1.5 billion pesos in 2017. And yung pangatlo po is yung tinatawag natin na rehabilitation and capacity expansion, which is 1 billion pesos naman po in 2017.
Saan nanggagaling yung sinasubsidize sa kada, what's the cost of a ticket? The actual cost, not the what the commuter pays.
Sir, we're range po from 15 to 29. So yun
That's
po
the actual
yung
cost.
sir, yun po yung fare box.
That's the fare.
Yes, the
Oo.
fare.
But what is the actual cost? Meaning, if you add the subsidy of the
Ganito po,
government.
sir. Sir, when we measure po our subsidy level, we make a distinction po between covering yung OPEX, which is yung 1.5 billion po natin, and covering po yung tinatawag natin na original
Magkano na
CapEx.
lang ginastos sa 2017 on that?
Sir, total po is 6.1 billion pesos.
6.1 billion. So if you divide that by how many riders in the year, that will give you the figure, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I have the revenue figure po for 2017, which is 2.8 billion pesos. So we are looking at a 4 billion peso subsidy.
Okay. It says in your presentation you have 6 to 9 trains running. I think you said earlier there are 7 trains running. Pero how do we get back to the original intention na 20 yung tren na tumatakbo? When can we expect? When can the public? I think what the public wants to hear is not just bad news. They want to hear good news, di ba? So anong may papangako natin sa publiko?
Sir, in the short to medium term po, we can restore additional trains with arrival of the spare parts that we have already ordered. Our target po, based on our operations plan, basta po walang bumagsak na additional na tren, is umakyat po tayo ng 10 trains by the end of February. And after po no Holy Week, 3.5 day po natin na maintenance shutdown, back to 15 trains. Pero the long term po talaga na pag-restore ng 20 trains, hindi lang po pag-restore kasi iba po yung availability ng 20 trains, iba po yung dun sa reliability nila, yung hindi po pumapalya habang tumatakbo. Kailangan po talaga natin ng general overhaul. And yung general overhaul program po natin with our rehabilitation service provider is a 3-year program po that will begin in May of this year.
Pero I'd like to get from your office a report on the electrical upgrade, yung 800 million na nabigay. Kasi, bakit yun ang nagiging problema ngayon eh. Kasi yung nakita ko the past 2 days, di ba? Or kaya tumigil yung, yung pagpapatakbo. Yes, please.
Ma'am, if I may just quickly comment po on the points raised. First of all, ma'am, I think there is not one public interview that I have given or that the Secretary has given on MRT3 kung saan po hindi kami nagpaumanhin at humingi po ng dispensa. Mahirap po, ma'am, yung responsibilidad nyo yung ganong karaming tao. And sinasite po namin, ma'am, yung previous experience, not because we're blaming, but because we're showing the people that we understand the problem. Mahalaga po kasi yun. So, nagpapaumanhin po kami dyan.
Malaking problema talaga to. And alam mo, Yusek Batan, nadadama ko yung iyong malasakit eh. Alam mo si Yusek Batan, galing yan sa nakaraang administrasyon. Kinuha rin yan dahil nakita ang kanyang potensyal dahil dati nandun lang siya sa likod. Hindi, wala naman siyang managerial na or decision But thank you for staying on because we need institutional knowledge. You're not here to be crucified. It's just that people want to know when their lives will be better. Kung umiyak tayong lahat dito, kasi naawa ka rin eh.
Yes, ma'am, that's true. Ma'am, if I may comment po, the Secretary, tuwing napapadaan po yan sa pila ng MRT3, walang palya po, ma'am. Tumatawag siya sa akin, asking what's the problem, bakit may pila, bakit kami hindi doon magpadala ng bus, nasa na yung spare parts. Ma'am, I guess I started the presentation with the context of how big the railways pipeline is of this government. And ma'am, railways pa lang po yun. Wala pa po yung aviation.
How much are we going to spend for 2018 on railways?
For 2018, sir, we are at 70 billion po, including the unprogrammed appropriations.
So you have 20 trains at peak hours of 550,000, pero yung actual nyo is 250,000 passengers per day. Eh pag nakompleto lahat ng program nyo, para we have something, para may hope naman yung tao. After 5 years, for example, or 4 years, ilan nang, by how much can we increase the ridership?
Sir, currently po, there are only 10% of commuters daily in Metro Manila that use rail. That translates to 1.1 million passengers. By the end po of our Phase 1 pipeline in 2022, our target is to service with railway services 30% of the ridership. That will bring it up po to 3 million passengers a day
Pero
in
hindi na
Metro Manila.
Hindi na siya 30% kasi moving target.
That's right, sir.
It will no longer be.
That's
Is
right
it 30% of the adjusted?
Alam mo naman yung ating magaling yan sa math at
Kasi
saka...
the population is growing by so much, leaps and bounds. So dapat i-factor in yun sa, di ba?
Correct.
Sa projection.
Ma'am, quickly lang po on the 827 million Asia Phil contract. Ma'am, yung capacity expansion project po natin, which includes the Dalian trains, was divided into three. Yung Lot 1 po na tinatawag natin, yan yung 48 Dalian trains. Yung Lot 2 po, yung na-mention, is yung tinatawag natin na ancillary system. And yung Lot 3 po, yan yung tinatawag natin na signaling upgrade. Lahat po nitong Lots 1, 2, and 3 are necessary po to make the 48 trains plus the original fleet operational. So ito pong kontrata ng AsiaPhil, what does it involve? It involve po building additional power substations. Kasi pag nagdagdag ka po ng additional na tren, kailangan mo rin po ng additional na kuryente. It involves po laying down new catenaries kasi again, tataas po yung power requirement. Additional po na relays doon sa ating Taft para po magkasya yung 4-car train. So lahat po nitong Lot 2 na tinatawag natin na kontrata na inaward po natin noong October 2017 following a competitive bidding are intended po sana doon po sa increase in capacity natin na 72 ngayon plus 48. Hindi po siya nakaukol doon sa pagpapabuti nung current na system. Pang-expansion po talaga siya.
Okay.
Just to clarify that.
So, before I close, actually, I'll give you 1 minute, Buri. You have something to add?
Thank you, Madam Senator. We welcome the opportunity to be present and clarify some of the issues regarding the MRT. Madam Senator, the good undersecretary began his talk with the implication that part of the problem of the MRT lies in the alleged failure of the former maintenance provider to procure spare parts, and likewise that because of certain short-term maintenance providers that compounded the problem. We respectfully disagree, Madam Senator. The problem of the MRT is systemic because at the time, as we have already presented during the hearing last May 15 before this very same committee, at the time that the trains and tracks were new, there were already glitches, even during the tenure of Sumitomo.
No,
Madam
Attorney,
Senator.
I know you have to represent them, but let me ask you,
Yes,
did you
Your-
really fulfill all of the inventory requirements? I think not.
Madam Senator, if I
Because
may.
why are they scrambling now to order
If
those
I may,
parts?
if I may, Madam Senator.
Yes.
It's a matter of procedure on the part of Buri when it submits the monthly billings that it would likewise submit the invoices of the spare parts that were purchased. Now, we purchased spare parts even up to that time, the last billing period being from September 19 to October 18. Even if at that point in time we have not been paid by the DOTR for 6 successive billing periods, Madam Witness. So, Madam Senator, I'm sorry. So we actually purchased spare parts, and we could not have maintained the spare parts. We could not have maintained the train availability at around 18 trains at peak hours, and if we did not purchase the required spare parts, Madam Senator.
You know what? You have merit to what you're saying. Because right now, it's actually worse. But it could also be the wear and tear of the train and also the lack of parts. But this is not, this is really in aid of legislation and also oversight. If you'd want to be able to take up also whatever issues you have, that would probably be in the court already at this point.
Madam Senator,
Yes.
it's precisely because of that that I wish to point out, Madam Senator, that around July of 2007, we have given the July 7 of 2017, we have submitted to Secretary Tugade a list of the design flaws of the MRT3 system. We are of the position that it is systemic because the glitches continue to this very day when it's already
Sir,
the
I think we've established that.
Yes,
That
yes,
the problem is systemic. We don't need anymore an expert opinion on that. A lot, in the past, they've already dropped the ball. When you came in, the problem was already there. Unfortunately, we all have our shortcomings here. And now where we need to be is, how can we make up for lost time? And how we can make it up to our passengers. So just to recap, because now I'm going to close, a few of the dates that were submitted to us, I think end of March, after the delivery of the other spare parts, we will hopefully have 10 trains that are running. And then after the Holy Week, we will hopefully have 15 trains that are running. And then after, if Rhineland agrees to have those trains operational, then, we can even expect more. But definitely the signaling system, which is the Lot 2 program for the electrical upgrade, will have to be also addressed. So these are all the things that we need to consider. But for now, we would like for the DOTR to upgrade us regularly. If you have any delays, don't wait for a hearing. Give us an advisory, because normally people really look to us to make sure that we keep you on your toes and your deliverables. Okay. And we appreciate your work. We know that this is public service. This is a sacrifice on your part, especially you, Mr. Batan. We need the fixed timetable for the completion of repairs and rehabilitation instead of open-ended assurances and vague promises. You would have been there ready for more than 2 years. I think we can't use anymore the excuse that bago lang kasi kami dito. Now you'd have to be able to offer something in return to our passengers. Because we see it every day. Nawawalan tayo ng 2 oras, 3 oras para makasama ang ating pamilya. Lahat naman tayo nagtatrabaho, kaya nga nandito tayo ngayon. Yung oras na hindi natin nakakasama yung mga mahal natin sa buhay, it's not so much to ask of the government to make it a little bit more convenient for us. Right? So for now, we will adjourn this hearing because we'd like to do a committee report. Thank you for your presence.